as to which way they think this is going to go and who they think is going to get the victory here. So it might make sense, actually, to put the poll in the chat right now and see what people are thinking and how people are feeling. This is a really interesting fight. I've been following the build for this for quite a while. And as I said, I think it's absolutely fascinating. We've got Shields, who is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. She is a undisputed champion in 2 different weight classes. I mean, she does not get the respect that she deserves. She deserves to be having much bigger fights on a more regular basis. But obviously, women's boxing is very much in the ascendancy. And so this feels like it's a big, big moment tonight. And it feels like women's sport, once again, taking a step forward. So, yeah, really looking forward to this one. I hope everyone is well. It's a big day in the world of boxing, actually. There's plenty of great fights coming up with Kambosos Jr. taking on Devin Haney. Also, there's Wilder against Helenius. We are going to be doing that fight later tonight as well. We will keep an eye on Kambosos against Haney. It was kind of difficult to know which one we should do because they're both on at the same time. So we're going to try and do them both. But yeah, there will be, once we're done with this, a stream will go up, and that stream will be all Wilder Helenius themed. I've gone with that one. I'm really interested to see what Wilder looks like now, how he bounces back from that Tyson Fury loss. So, yeah, I'm leaning that way. But we will, as I said, keep an eye on Kambosos and Devin Haney as well. Let me put in the chat then, what do you think the result will be? So, do you think it's going to be a Shields win? Do you think that it's going to be a Marshall win? Or do you think it's going to be a draw? So Shields win, Marshall win, or a draw. What do you think the result will be? So we'll put that in the chat. Paul said, what about UFC? Can't fit it in this week, unfortunately. I just can't find a way of getting it in because there will be times where we'll be watching Wilder, Helenius, and Kambosos versus Haney, and there's just not going to be a way of being able to keep an eye. I mean, physically, I don't even have another device to watch the UFC on. So thankfully, UFC this week it's not the biggest of shows. It's certainly not like a pay-per-view or anything like that. If it was a pay-per-view, I mean, I don't know what I would do, to be honest, but thankfully I don't have to make that decision. But we will be back with UFC. I think it's next week, is it, that we've got a big UFC show? I did have it down in my diary for keeping an eye on, because I think there is a big UFC show on the horizon. I've got a feeling it's next week, but I could be wrong. No, next week. Yeah, UFC 280. That is on the 22nd. We are 100% doing that. So UFC 280, we're here for that. I believe the week after is Jake Paul against Anderson Silva. So we'll be looking at that. And then I think the week after that is Bivol in action. I'm really down for that fight, to watch that Bivol fight, because obviously he's coming off a massive win against Canelo. So that's the week after. So we've got a few big weeks lined up here. As we said, you know, we've got Jake Paul coming up. We've got Bivol in action. We've got UFC 281. We've got Crawford Spence, I think, on the horizon as well. Fury is meant to be in action as well on the 3rd of December, but I haven't heard who that's against yet. So we've got that coming up also. So it's pretty crazy, man. There's plenty on the way. It's going to be a few busy weekends as we build all the way up till Christmas. And, of course, we've got Deji and Mayweather as well. So there's that also. I think that's this side. Very busy. If you are just joining us, hello. The coverage has just started on Sky Sports. It's just with the pundits at the moment. So there's no action or anything like that. We have got a few bits that we can talk about. There's a few fights that are coming up. I think there's around about, let me just count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There might still be potentially around about 6 fights still to go tonight. Let me have a look. Yeah. So we're going to be seeing Artingstall in action. We've got Caroline Dubois, who is the sister of Daniel Dubois. We've got Lauren Price. Obviously, we saw her at the Olympics. An amazing co-main event tonight. We've got the Ring Magazine, WBC, IBF, WBO, women's female super featherweight titles on the line as Maya takes on Baumgardner. Those two are both in the top 10 pound for pound list, and they're the co. They're the co. So that's crazy. We've got a main event, of course, between Claressa Shields, Savannah Marshall. Claressa Shields tends to be regarded as the greatest active fighter. It's either her or Katie Taylor. Savannah Marshall is definitely in the mix as well. She also features in the top 10. So Claressa Shields, Savannah Marshall, Maya, Baumgardner, all four of those are in the top 10 women's pound for pound rankings. That is how special this card is. An all female card as well. So very, very exciting stuff. Summit, hello. Shout out to you. Hope you are well. Paul said UFC 280. Yeah, UFC 280 next weekend. As we said, we will be absolutely here for that. And, I mean, who's missing that? It looks absolutely monstrous. So, yeah, it doesn't matter what boxing's on or anything. We're here for UFC 280. But as I said, I've got a real soft spot for the heavyweight division. I've always loved the heavyweights. Heavyweights are what got me into boxing. Used to watch the likes of Frank Bruno, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield. Obviously, in later years, David Hay and Klitschko's. And so I've grown up with heavyweight boxing. And I think the heavyweight division, certainly if you're in the UK, is just as exciting as it's ever been for us, because obviously you've got Joshua, you've got Daniel Dubois, you've got Joe Joyce, you've got Tyson Fury. You know, there's some big heavyweight boxers coming out of the UK that have achieved fantastic things. And in that mix, arguably the most exciting is Deontay Wilder from America. And obviously he's coming off those couple of losses to Fury. I really want to see how he bounces back. I really want to see how he's going to respond and what he's going to look like tonight, because I'm really hoping that we see something great from Wilder. I think a heavyweight division with Deontay Wilder is a healthy heavyweight division, because he brings the fireworks, man. He brings the excitement. He brings eyes to that division. And as I said, I think a good performance from Deontay Wilder would go a long way to helping the heavyweight division in the long run, because he almost retired. He looked like he was pretty much done, but he has changed his mind. He's come back. The reason why he changed his mind is because apparently they unveiled a statue in his honor, and he was so touched by how many people turned out, and he was so touched by all the messages of support that actually changed his mind in regards to quitting and walking away from the sport. Like, after those Fury losses, he was almost done. So it kind of feels like we're getting a few years now that we might not have got from Deontay Wilder. I don't know what his targets are. I think he said he just wants to entertain the fans. Obviously, he would love to get to being a champion again. But I think there's something really special, even though it's against Hellenius, who's not a pushover, but it should be a winnable fight for Wilder. I think there's something really exciting about Wilder. I've always respected him, and I'm really just looking forward to seeing him. I'm more excited for that than I am Kambosos Haney. I feel like Haney's winning that fight. I think it might not be as easy as the first time they fought, but I think he's winning. And then, I think Wilder wins, but I think Wilder wins in a much more exciting fashion. So that's why I chose the Wilder fight. And as I said, very much looking forward to it. In regards to Shields and Marshall, for me personally, I'm in the UK, so obviously I'm hoping it's going to be Savannah Marshall. But I am leaning towards Shields. The only thing I would say is it's in the O2. We know what judges are like. If it goes the distance and it's close, they'll give it Marshall, right? I'm just being honest, because we know what boxing judges are like. It's in the UK, and they will be biased towards the UK fighter. It's not right. It happens all over the world. it's something that needs to change. But if it's close, I reckon you can feel pretty confident that Savannah Marshall is going to be given the win. So I don't know how close it's going to be. That's the only thing. I think that if we go the distance, Shields is the better technical boxer. And I think that she's going to win more rounds. She's going to land more. Savannah Marshall is going to have to use her jab. She's going to have to really land some stuff. She's going to have to give Claressa Shields something to think about. She needs to bully her a little bit, throw her off a game, throw her off. Don't let her get into a groove. And obviously, she needs to taste that power of Savannah Marshall. She needs to make sure she's letting her hands go. And she needs Shields to be stung. And she needs Shields to know that she has got power. I mean, Shields said, I hope you've got power because it's the only thing you'll bring him. And I think that Savannah Marshall, I think she does. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing the fight. Ember says, can't hear anything. Don't know, but it says that the feed is coming out, so the sound should be coming out there. Right, we've got a few votes coming in, but obviously they will continue to come in as we continue to get closer towards the main event. I think this card is a great card for women's boxing. I think the co-main and the main definitely are going to grab people's attention, but it's all about that main event, really. I think if you're really into your boxing, the co-main is massive as well. Owen, hello, hope you're well. How's my day been? It's been all right. Haven't done a great deal, actually. As soon as I finished the wrestling stream, I got a really bad throat, though. That's just kind of come on. But, yeah, since I finished the wrestling stream, I did loads of videos, loads of research. I didn't go to bed till quite late, so I didn't wake up all that long ago. So, yeah, it's just been a case, really, of getting the stream set up, getting everything ready, and here we are. And as we said, quite a long night tonight because we've got this women's boxing and then we go into the men's boxing, which is later on tonight. Hasib said, I don't know if you've been watching, but the build, but Mailer and Baumgardner feels like the main event. I have been watching the build. I've seen a bit of back and forth between those guys. It's going to be really exciting. Michaela Mayer is coming in as minus 250-ish favorite. Baumgardner coming in at about plus 200s. So it's quite close in regards to boxing. Both the main event and the co-main event very, very close in the odds. And yeah, as I said, I think if you have been following this, I think you would be as excited for that co-main as the main event. Both fights are really intriguing. Summit said, last time I was on stream, you said at the end, you will watch out Bo Nickel. I told you about him. He is said to be the greatest MMA prospect by Cejudo and other legends, says Summit. Yeah, I did see some buzz around him. I don't believe he's made his debut in UFC. He's apparently on the way, so I will keep an eye out for him as soon as he arrives. But yeah, I did see some buzz around him after you'd mentioned him. I did seek his name out. To be honest, I don't really care about prospects that are outside of UFC. Like, they don't come onto my radar until they're in the UFC because there's people that have had buzz around them that have never really made it to the UFC. They've gone into like Bellator or other places and like just never made it to the UFC. And UFC is what I watch. So I don't really worry about anyone until they arrive in the UFC. Maybe that's right, maybe that's wrong, but I just don't really get a chance to watch anything outside of that. So, right, are you doing UFC tonight? We can't, unfortunately, because of the boxing. It's just this very much is a boxing weekend. We've got Shields and Marshall. Later on, we've got Wilder and Helenius. There's also Kambosos Jr. and Devin Haney. So there's quite a lot to keep an eye on. So trying to fit in UFC is just not going to be possible this week. Stourbridge won today, and I went to Oldham and Chester, said Daz. Hope you had a great time, buds. Hope you had a great time. Will you talk about the undercard fights? Yeah, as we get to them, we'll go through them. So we are going over to, we are at the O2. It's relatively empty at the moment. The lights are down, but you can see a lot of like empty seats in the distance. Okay. Artingstall. Claressa Artingstall is making her way out. Nice intro. Coming down with some, well, I don't know if they're dancers, but dancers dressed in military attire. Artingstall, I feel like, I think we watched her in the Olympics. Yeah. So the commentator just saying that this is one of the most tremendous, one of the cheekiest members of the Tokyo Games British Olympic team. So she used to be in the military. Now here she is stepping between the ropes at the O2. So I don't know if this is her debut. I have seen some write-up on this one. So Artingstall against Sakharov, one of the undercover bouts. Artingstall, 27, was a bronze medalist at the 2020 Olympic Games and is a two-time gold medalist in the junior championships. She won her debut fight in June, winning on points. So this isn't her debut. Sakharov is 5-16, so a bit of a journeywoman by the looks of it. Made her pro debut in 2007, then returned to action in 2011 after a long layoff. She went 1-5-2 to start her career, but is now on a 9-fight losing streak. Her last fight was back in July. So, look, this is a warm body that they're feeding to Artingstall. Artingstall got a bronze medalist from 2020 Olympic Games, 27 years old. And this is going to be the first fight of the main card. So we are at the main card already. So we've got 6 fights. It's a really good card, this, actually, because we've got Artingstall to kick things off. We've got Ebony Jones, who I've heard of. Caroline Dubois, who's, as we said, the sister of Daniel Dubois. Lauren Price, who we saw in action at the Tokyo Games. And then we get to the co-main event, which is going to be Mayer versus Baumgardner, and then Shields versus Marshall. Absolute classic tune. Banger. Okay, so introductions at the moment. We're a little bit away from the start of Shields and Marshall, of course. We've got a fair few fights to go through. The only thing I would say is that women's boxing, obviously, the rounds are shorter, the fights are shorter as a result. So, and this could just be over quite quickly because this is a warm body for Artingstall. Both fighters in the center of the ring then. Referee has a few words, separates them, and we're about to get underway with our first fight on the main cards. So Artingstall in one corner. The well-traveled Marina Sakharov. It's an interesting way of saying journeywoman. Right, here we go then. Round number 1. Not sure how many rounds this can go for. 6 rounds. 6 rounds in the featherweight division. Okay, so we're seeing Artingstall taking the center grounds, edging forward. Nice, lovely. Look at that. Lovely hand speed. 1-2, straight down the middle. Nice footwork here by Artingstall. Artingstall keeping the center ground. We've got Sakharov on the outsides. And already we're seeing shots just getting through. Straight down the middle. Yeah, lovely body shot and 1-2s as well. Straight down the middle. She's already got Sakharov up against the ropes. Hook to the body. And again, this doesn't feel like it's going to make 6 rounds. This doesn't feel like it's going to make 6 rounds. After 1 minute, she's backed up Sakharov against the ropes. Sakharov comes back into the center, though. Sakharov with some left straights. That's a lovely left straight from Artingstall. Artingstall keeping that pressure applied, working the body. Couple of lefts going down to the body, having to cover up as a few shots are coming back. This is an Artingstall round all day long. Oh, lovely right hook to the body. Beautiful right hook there by Artingstall. Straight down the middle again and finishes it with a hook to the body. Seems like those hooks to the body are really getting through for her. It is a very positive, very impressive opening by Artingstall as she continues to throw that left straight down the middle. She is getting through. Obviously a lot hitting on the guard, but just seeing the head bouncing around there by Sakharov. And that is the end of the first round. Really good first round. Undeniable round there for Artingstall. Sakharov is due for a victory, not a baby, says White Lotus. That was good. That was good opening round there for Artingstall. I've got a feeling that it's going to be more of the same. It's just going to be a case of when does she actually get her out of there. Wow. Is that Claressa Shields? Claressa Shields has arrived in a Rolls Royce with a dress that looks like she's going down a red carpet at the Oscars. She's got this very sparkly number on. Wow. So she's turned up in a Rolls Royce. She's turned up with a sparkly dress on. She looks like $1 million. And the commentators are saying she's got a fight in like 2 hours. Does she even know? Couple of jabs coming in now by Artingstall then. So we are back underway with round number 2. Sakharov is playing possum, said White Lotus. Well, I mean, judging by her record, I think she's been playing possum for the majority of her career, certainly in the past 9 fights that she's lost. Okay, we've got Artingstall in the center again. Nice hook shot going up. Straight down the middle by Artingstall. It's a good little workout this is for Artingstall. Sakharov is still in there and smiling occasionally even. Lovely left straight down the middle by Artingstall. Nice right hand as well as we're seeing Sakharov come forwards. Couple of shots to the body. So we're seeing Sakharov in the center. Artingstall moving forward. Lovely left hand straight down the middle. Big body shot and a real flurry. We're not even seeing Sakharov defending these very well. Yeah, she's really pouring it on now. The crowd's starting to get a bit more animated as Artingstall is really going after it. Hands down by Artingstall. She's kind of inviting Sakharov forward. As Sakharov comes forward, she just flicks out a right-hand jab. Sakharov tries to land a few shots, but right back into the center. Guard is back up here by Artingstall. Lovely hook shot there. It's another big, big round. It's another big, big round for Artingstall. Okay, we're going to round number 3. Don't forget, this can only go 6 rounds. So, yeah, it's domination. Domination. Pablo said Bray Wyatt because when Bray won, he kneeled down and he was trying to say, follow the buzzards. Days, Mayer and Baumgardner are probably the 2 most attractive female boxers in the world. Delwyn says, hello, Days. Hello, Delwyn. Hope you're well, buds. Do you remember on Raw there was a backstage damage control behind Bailey? Mystery person walked past. They wore the same mask and had long hair. That's interesting. Yes. Couldn't quite make out what that person was wearing, but yes, there is a very good chance that it was that person with a mask and long hair. Yeah, good shout, Darwin. Could be. Jab coming in by Artingstall. Okay, we are back underway with round number 3. Couple of 1-2 straight down the middle again, like pistons. Bang, bang. By Artingstall, looking really impressive as Sakharov tries to get a few shots back to the body. Commentators are talking about the fights that are coming up as Artingstall seemingly has got this fully under control. Nice. He's got Sakharov up against the ropes and really letting the hands fly straight down the middle. Oh, Sakharov could not withstand too much of that. She had to get out of there. And thankfully, she did find a way. So right back into the center right now. As we've got Sakharov moving forwards. Trying to drive Artingstall up against the ropes now. A few little shots coming in here by Sakharov. To the body. But Artingstall doesn't stay there very long. Comes right back into the center. Resets. And gets her shots off straight down the middle. This round actually has felt a little closer. It's still very much Artingstall, but it's been a little bit closer. There's been a little bit more here by Sakharov. But there was a real moment there earlier in this round where she was up against the rope, Sakharov, and Artingstall was absolutely unloading and felt like the fight could have ended if Sakharov didn't get out of the way, didn't get out of the fire. Nice little shot to the body there by Artingstall, and that is the end of the round. He fought on Dana White a couple of times in the last bout, and he's fought on a dominant. He's fought a dominant champ in a promotion, knocked him down and choked him out in 52 seconds, like his first Dana White bout, says Summit. Good fight so far, said Delwyn. I agree. Very good. They're just showing some... it's Black History Month. I don't know if it's Black History Month in America, but Black History Month here. And they're just showing Layla Ali. Okay, here we go. About to get underway with round number 4. Big shots coming in here by Artingstall. Couple of jabs coming in. Round number 4. This can go 6 rounds. And as we said, very much one-way traffic. All 3 rounds going to Artingstall. At the moment, I feel like unless Sakharova can win these 3 rounds, we're pretty much at the point where it's going to be a points victory for Artingstall. Unless there's a knockdown, of course, which I really can't see coming. So it's just going to be a case now of can someone find a finish? If not, it's going to be Artingstall on points. I've got to put a £15 maximum deposit on my account. I can only put a £5 down, but I'll get 150 back if they come through, said LJ. Who did you actually go for, LJ? Who did you bet on? Good odds on KOs. Marshall has got the most powerful punches in women's boxing. I've gone for Marshall knockout 7, 8, or 9. Okay. I feel like I've gone Shields on points. That's what I'm leaning towards. I don't feel brilliant about it at all. I would love for it to be Marshall. I don't know that she's going to be able to consistently land big on Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields is very evasive, got great balance, great footwork, great head movement. She really is like such a complete fighter. Very impressive. I just don't know. It's so hard to call. So hard to call. The better boxer is Claressa Shields. I've no problem saying that. The more powerful boxer is Savannah Marshall. Right, we're almost done with this round, and there we go. The round ends, so that's the end of round number 4. Kind of feels like it's drifting a little bit, this fight now. I mean, Artingstall is going to get the win. It would be good if she could find a finish. It feels like this is the kind of fight she should get a finish in. She's got herself into some good positions a few times, but she just hasn't been able to find the kill shot. Just like a real flurry of strikes. She's peppered her opponent, but she hasn't actually finished off her opponent. So, a little bit, I don't want to say frustrating. It's a very good performance, but definitely things for her to go away and still work on. But very good performance, but it is against the Journey woman. I've got Shields by decision. He's a 3 times ends. Oh, Summit, just get a room, mate. Get a room. Have you got like Simp and Stan accounts for Bo? Right, here we go. We've got round number 5 underway, and Sakharov didn't have a mouthpiece in. Fancy a bet, but I don't know much about these, said British Soundboard Pranks. Any tips? Right, it's very difficult. This is a very close fight, to be honest. Very, very close fight. In fact, the odds, when I wrote them down not that long ago, it was literally a pick'em. And so Shields is the better boxer. I feel like she's probably going to win more rounds. And I think that if it goes to the points, I think there's a good chance she could take it. The only flip side of that is that we are in the UK, we are in the O2, and there is every chance that we could see the judges kind of be a bit biased. That obviously happens a lot in boxing. So even if Claressa Shields is edging a victory, unless she absolutely 100% has undeniably won the fight, the judges could screw her out of it. They really could. They really could. But I still think that she should do enough. I think it's 10 rounds, over 10 rounds, to ensure that she gets the points win. So that's why I'm leaning Shields by decision. But Savannah Marshall definitely has got the ability to knock out Claressa Shields. We just don't know what Shields is like for her chin. We've seen her take shots, and she can take shots very well, but don't know what she's like against this version of Savannah Marshall. Obviously, they faced each other before, and that was a long time ago. That was about 10 years ago, and Savannah Marshall did actually win that time. But that was in the amateurs. That was when they were like 17, and I think 17 and 20, something like that. So, as I said, long time ago. So it's difficult. It's really difficult. Claressa Shields feels like she has leveled up like about 1 million times since then. I definitely think she's the better boxer, but as we said, Marshall is definitely got the power. LJ said odds on that are probably super high, but worth a cheeky punt. Arsenal Live said 10-1, Savannah Marshall by decision, and Wilder to knock out Hellenius after the 7th round. Well, I think I saw that it was plus 450 minus 450, sorry, for Deontay Wilder to win by knockout. So minus 450. That means that if you put 450 quid down and he does win by knockout, you'd get 100 quid back, which is not brilliant. But I think there's a really good chance he is winning by knockout. I will be stunned if he cannot. I'll be stunned if he doesn't win. And I'll be equally as stunned if he can't get the knockout win tonight. The whole reason why I'm watching is because I'm expecting a knockout, and I'm expecting a banger, and I'm expecting excitement. So that's why we chose that fight. So I think Wilder knockout, even though you might not make much of it, feels like a steady, wise bet. I honestly, there's no tips I can give you here. I really struggle with it. I think a lot of people struggle with it. This is a really close fight. The only thing that it comes down to for me is I think in my heart, genuinely, I think that Claressa Shields is the better boxer. I think she's got the better boxing ability. And I think that if she is able to work to and stick to her game plan, she should win this fight. I don't know that she's got the power to finish Marshall. That's why I don't know that we're going to see a KO by Claressa Shields. You know, her knockout record is very poor. I think she's got 2 knockouts in 12 wins, which, you know, considering she's the GOAT, is obviously not brilliant. But she says that's because she's faced really high-level competition, and you can't just go knocking out those kinds of women. So, again, I think I'd be interested. If I was to bet anything tonight, I'd be really interested in Shields points, Wilder knockout, and just go with whatever that works out at. That's what I would be interested in. But that is not a tip, because that is just me explaining why I'm going that way, not that it's necessarily going to go that way, of course. If we knew for certain how it was going, I promise you I would not be sat here now. I would be down the bookies with everything I own, riding on a points win for Shields and a knockout for Wilder. So, yeah, not sure that it's going to go that way, but that's just the way that I am leaning at the moment. And as I say that, this fight comes to an end. It has gone the distance. It's going to be a win for Artingstall. I feel like Artingstall definitely got tired. She was not looking as great in the later rounds as she did at the first. It's not like the impressive output she gave in the first she was able to maintain for 6 rounds. So I don't know if there's something she can work on there. A bit of conditioning, maybe. Don't know. But either way, little bit of a shame that she wasn't able to find that finish. It really felt in that first round. After 1 minute, she'd backed up Sakharov. She was unloading on her. She had her up against the side of the ropes. She was really letting her shots go. It just felt like there was no way she was going to be able to deal with that round after round after round. And here we are, end of round 6. And, you know, Sakharov, unfortunately, could continue. She could go into a round 7, round 8. You know, if this was a 12-round fight, she might have made it. She seemed quite comfortable towards the end. She lost every round, but yeah, something there for Artingstall to go away and definitely work on. Going to get the decision here. $60-54. So there we go. Every round went to Claressa Artingstall. So Artingstall gets her hands raised. They just said that Caroline Dubois is going to be up next. So Dubois up next. Summit said no days. Here we go. He's serious trouble for the division. You'll see after his debut. I guarantee. I was not noticing him. The only thing is I am impressed. I'm excited to see him climb. I sense your excitement, my friend. Your excitement has not gone unnoticed on these streams. So and also when I do see Bo Nickel, I promise I will think of you. Yeah, every time I see Bo Nickel, I promise I will think of you. In fact, I'll be looking out for you because there's every chance you're in his corner. That's how excited about him you are. I expect to see you as part of his entourage. Chad said, I think Wilder will call out Joshua or Usyk. Yeah, he wants that Joshua fight, Wilder. Wilder has said that he still believes that he versus Joshua is the biggest fight that can be made in heavyweight boxing or like boxing in general. He really believes that is the fight that people want to see. And I must admit, he's got a bit of a point. Obviously, I feel that Fury Usyk is bigger because that would be for all the belts and undisputed. But Wilder is so exciting. I think you can make an argument he's the most exciting heavyweight. Joshua has got a great following. There's a lot of people that love Anthony Joshua. He's a massive star. He has definitely taken a knock after the Ruiz loss, and of course those two losses to Usyk, and then his meltdown afterwards. But he's still very popular, and one of the most popular heavyweights without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, like, I feel he's more popular than Usyk. Usyk is more respected, dare I say, but I think Joshua's more popular. And so, listen, popularity that sells tickets, that sells views. Wilder's onto something. Joshua versus Wilder is a massive fight. It's a massive fight. It's a very interesting fight. I don't know which way that one goes, to be honest, because we saw the trouble that Wilder caused Tyson Fury. Joshua, we know that he's got not a weak chin, but you can get at him. We saw that Ruiz, look at the problems Andy Ruiz caused Joshua. If Andy Ruiz can do that to Joshua, Wilder can dead him. So, be a hell of a fight, that would. Hell of a fight. Wilder, I think, would love to face Usyk because Wilder's just got that big shot, hasn't he? He's always got that puncher's chance. Whoever is in there against, he's always got a chance. So to go in there against Usyk, who is kind of seen as the king of the mountain at the moment, him or Tyson Fury. Obviously, we're not going to see Wilder Fury again. So I think he would. I think he would love to have Usyk. I don't know what Usyk's going to do, to be honest. Usyk said he wanted to face Fury. Fury turned him down. He said that he would face him next year, Usyk, but Fury didn't want to do the fight next year. So I really don't know where Usyk goes from here. He's just had 2 fights with Joshua, so that's done. He seemingly can't get Fury. So I don't know. Is it going to be Joyce? Is it going to be Wilder? It could be Wilder. I mean, honestly, Wilder. This is why tonight's fight is so interesting, because I feel like if Wilder loses, I don't think the fight with Usyk happens, because he'll fall further down the pecking order. And someone like Joe Joyce will come in, or Daniel Dubois will come in, or someone else will come in, right? So this is, there's a little bit of pressure on Wilder tonight to get the victory first and foremost. Obviously, if he can do it looking good, that would be great. That would help a lot. So yeah, it's quite an interesting one tonight. It's got a big fight feel, even though it's not really a big fight. I don't know. It is a big fight because it's Wilder and it's his first fight since the Fury losses. But you kind of get my point. It's not like for a world championship. It's Robert Helenius, who, no disrespect to him, the average Joe is not going to have heard of. So it's tricky. There's things riding on it. It's got big repercussions. It's going to be super interesting to see what Wilder looks like after the Fury losses. So yeah, all of that is why I've chosen to do that over the Kambosos-Haney fight. We did the first one. We did Kambosos-Haney 1, and it was so one-sided. Haney just absolutely dominated. It's really hard to see it go any other way. It's really hard to see how Kambosos is going to be able to beat Devin Haney. I don't think he can. I just don't think he can. That one doesn't have as much intrigue for me. It's still got big repercussions, of course. And it is for undisputed world championships, but yeah, I'm very much looking at Wilder's fight. Wilder is nowhere match to Joshua, said Aguchi. Do you think New Day should break up? I think they should do something interesting. They haven't done anything interesting. I don't know if they should break up, because I feel like they're still quite popular and they're such a big team. I mean, they've been together now for about 7 years. So But for the past year or two, I mean, they've not been. Maybe going back maybe 3 years now. It's not been very good. So, but that's only because they don't give them anything to get their teeth into. When they were coming down with bootios, pancakes, all that kind of stuff, it was brilliant. So, just got to give them something to do. T-Mirror said Wilder is the best heavyweight apart from his 3 losses. I think he's really exciting. I think it's really exciting. I've got a lot of time for Wilder. I really do like him. And I'm really excited for the fight. I'm genuinely excited for tonight's fight. I really can't wait to see how it plays out. So I expect him to win. I hope he looks convincing doing it. And then you can start thinking about some of the... I mean, people were getting really excited. We watched the other week Joe Joyce in action, and people were getting really excited at the idea and the prospect of Joe Joyce against Deontay Wilder, because Joe Joyce has got an incredible chin. I mean, he just gets hit and just keeps moving forward. And so people are like, man, what would happen if you had Deontay Wilder and his punching power against Joe Joyce and his chin? Like, what gives first? And so people were into that. So there's so many great fights out there for Wilder. So many great fights. He can do Usyk. He can face Joshua. He can face Joe Joyce. Daniel Dubois, as we said, is up and coming as well. Andy Ruiz, I think if he wins tonight, doesn't he have to face Andy Ruiz? Because Andy Ruiz got past Ortiz, didn't he? And I've got a feeling the winner tonight goes on to face Andy Ruiz. I'm down for that fight, actually. I'm down for that fight. Andy Ruiz is a tricky little opponent. We saw him obviously cause Anthony Joshua problems. He can cause people problems on their day. I would think Wilder would get past him. But Andy Ruiz versus Wilder, I'm down for that. So I think it's Andy Ruiz next. And then who knows after that? I've got to think Usyk probably. But if Joshua was to present itself, I think that would interest Deontay Wilder. I think the great thing is Deontay Wilder has said that he did his last run for other people, like his family. He did it to make sure he could pull his family out of poverty and all of that. Now he's doing it for the fans. You know, he's doing it a little bit for himself to enjoy it, but for the fans as well. And I think that's a real interesting way of looking at it. Like, I think he's going to have a bit more fun with this run. This feels like a new chapter, very much so. At the start of a new chapter for him tonight. Because, you know, as we said, he's coming off 2 big, painful losses to Tyson Fury. So, I think he's done a lot of soul searching, and he was like 80-odd% out the door. He was 80% done with boxing, but he is sticking around now. So let's see what that brings. That's not even the stream we're doing. We're obviously here for Shields and Marshall. We are getting closer and closer towards that fight. We've had 1 fight so far, Artingstall beating Sakharov. But, we've got a few more fights, fair few more fights to go, and then we will be at the main event of this one. And then later we will be back with Wilder versus Helenius. Rotem said, I've sent you a Bray video that I saw. I sent you on Facebook. I don't have Twitter. It's a 2-minute 30 video. Rotem, what's in it, dudes? What's in it? Deju sounds extremely ignorant, not knowing who Bo is. And 2-0 in UFC, you don't know him. You're a casual now, says Luke. Summit said, also, you being a street killer gangster, how your street activities going these days? My street activities are pretty much non-existent on the mean streets of Market Drayton. I don't really tend to do much. My life is just all Bray Wyatt these days. It's been pretty much full on for the past 2-3 weeks. Please read this. I sent you a Bray video I saw during the commercials. I don't have Twitter. It's a 2-minute 30 video. Oh, okay. Got you. Got you. Have you ever watched Dazed and Confused? Have you ever watched Dazed and Confused? I've not actually seen that film. No, I'm aware of it, but I've not sat and seen it. Right. Well, I think we're up to speed with everything. We've got our next fight that's about to start, and that is going to be Caroline Dubois, who should be in action. So Caroline Dubois against Koleva. So we have got, obviously she is the sister of Daniel Dubois, as we said earlier. So Dubois is a 2-time English national youth champion, a 3-time European junior champion, and a youth Olympics gold medalist. The 21-year-old has won all 3 of her fights in 2022. Her last outing was a TKO win over Happy Dowdy in July. Koleva is 10-14, made her pro debut in 2008. The former GBC featherweight champion is 1-3 in her last 4, and she's lost her last 3 in a row. Koleva lost to Sedlakova in May on points. So again, this feels like it's very much a set-up fight for Dubois. Right, here we go. We've got Dubois versus... We'll get to those super chats in a second. I want to make sure I spell this right. Koleva. Koleva. There we go. Right, Retribution said, shout out to the greatest YouTuber alive. Retribution, appreciate the support, buds. Hayden said, Days, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I am excited for, we've just been talking quite in depth about, Wilder tonight. So we've got that fight coming up. Just looking at Caroline Dubois making her way inside the ring. So we're about to go over to our second fight on this card. We're about an hour into this show. Is it true about Mason Greenwood? It's true that he's been charged, yes. JM Beer said, really excited about the whole Bray story upcoming. Keep up the great content, best wrestling streamer. JM Beer, appreciate the support, dudes. Okay, we're about to get over to our next fight. We've got Koleva, 34 years old, in the ring. Okay. Good. Right, ready to go. Summit said you should dress up like Sister Abigail this Halloween. I probably won't do that, to be honest. Yes, Abby the witch behind Liv Morgan, says Delwyn. Don't know, dude. Don't know. That's one that we'll have to sit down and have a look at. I mean, we'll probably end up doing a bit of a recap of everything tomorrow on the channel. So obviously tonight, very boxing focused. And then tomorrow we'll do a recap of everything else. Really excited about the Bray story. Keep up the great content. Appreciate it. Hayden said that's good. Glad to hear it. Yeah, it's obviously a busy day, an exciting day. Looking forward to the main event of this one. Looking forward to the co-main event of this one as well. Here we go then. Okay, so Koleva in black. We've got Caroline Dubois in blue and purple, standing in the center. Lunging forwards and throwing out a lovely right hand. Little hook shot to the body there by Koleva. Caroline Dubois is in a little bit of a scrap here. This one looking a lot trickier than what Artingstall just had. Just managed to get a jab off. She's really having to lunge forward to get this straight right through. There's a straight right coming back there by Koleva. Again, we've got Dubois standing in the center. We're into the final minute. Close little round, this one, you know. That's a lovely left hand, though, by Dubois. Lovely left hand connecting into the body. And again, leans, gets out the way. Lunging in. Oof, lovely. Straight right. Lovely right hand coming into the body there by Koleva. Oh, just misses. She gets a little flurry off, a little combo off, but Dubois was able to just evade it. Again, into nice, good work, stepping back. She's won 10 out of 25 fights, Koleva, but at the moment, she's proven a little bit tricky for Dubois. Definitely, Dubois is the one that's being the aggressor, but what you've got is you've got Koleva just throwing some lovely counters. There we go, end of the first round, tricky little thing. Days is going to dress up as the Grim Reaper from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I don't even know what that is. I've never even heard of that. Right, end of the first round. Close little round, that one. Close little rounds. I would give it to Dubois. I think she landed a few decent-looking shots. Managed to evade a few things that were coming back, but close little rounds. I wouldn't have complaints if anyone went the other way. What MC is it? Is it David Diamante? No, it isn't. No, this isn't... this isn't being presented by Matchroom. There's Daniel Dubois in the crowd watching his sister as we get underway with round number 2. That's nice. 1-2 straight down the middle as Koleva goes down. She lost her balance, but she's right back up on her feet. Referee goes over. Getting ready to get back underway. We've got Caroline coming forward. That's a lovely left to the chest. Going, digging into the body. Oh, this is nice by Dubois. She's really opening out now. She's kind of really finding a rhythm. That was nice. Some big overhand lefts coming in. Getting some real success with that shot. Trying to edge forward, find a way. Shot comes... Oh. What's that? She kind of went to the body. I don't know if she lost her foot in. She went down to one knee momentarily there, Koleva. Dubois trying to throw in big overhands. Swinging away there by Koleva. Oh, shot to the body there by Dubois. And again, look at that. Beautiful work by Dubois. Little hooks to the body. That one really got through. You could see that Koleva felt that one. She kind of like stumbled off a little bit. That was lovely work. Lovely work. This is a much wider round for Dubois. Oh, this is great. Again, going to the body. Oh, she manages to avoid a shot and then gets this beautiful left hook shot to the head. She is a pleasure to watch in this round, Caroline Dubois. That's the best round of boxing we've seen so far today. That was really nice. That was really nice. We are backstage with Jermaine Defoe is here. All the celebrities are out tonight. Let's have a look. See, Will Cormier signed with WWE after his appearance at Extreme Rules, says Chad. Will Cormier sign? Will Cormier sign? I really think so, yes. I don't think that is a one-off appearance and that's it, it's done. He loves wrestling. He loves being around wrestling. The fact that Triple H has brought him in so early in his kind of reign, if you will. You know, he's only been doing the booking for a few months, and within the space of a few months, he's already brought in Daniel Cormier. Granted, it was for a referee thing, but yeah, I think just having him around, getting used to him, maybe having a little bit of a look at him as well, you know. The problem he's got is he's carrying a bit of weight. Which works really well in the UFC, certainly if you're wrestling and you can use that to your advantage. But in pro wrestling, it's, I don't know, not really something that's seen as an advantage. It probably should be. You know, if you're a bigger guy, then you'd have to think that's going to help you in a wrestling ring. But in this day and age, the matches tend to be a lot more athletic. And so, you know, bigger guys tend to have to be toned rather than fat. Some nice back and forth here. Wow, we've got Koleva charging forwards. So I don't know if Cormier's going to need to hit the gym, lose some of that excess timber, build a bit of muscle up, and maybe they'll give him an opportunity then. I don't know. If they turned around to him and went, look, you need to lose a bit of weight and you need to gain a bit of muscle, come back to us when you've done that. Would he do that so that he could have a match? Don't know. Nice little dig into the body. Got to think that Brock versus Cormier is a no-brainer to do that match at some point. And I'm just going to be completely honest. I think if he was more of a physically impressive specimen, like if he looked like Brock, I think that match would be done. It would be signed, sealed, delivered. I really do think that it's sadly appearance, but appearance in wrestling is it's huge. It's huge. It shouldn't matter, and in a lot of sports it doesn't matter. It's all about your skills, but in pro wrestling, it's there's a lot to do with look and how you look. You know, the girls have got to look attractive, the guys have got to look jacked. That's kind of the world. You should make plain t-shirts with the Wrestling Days logo on the left side of the chest, and same with the beanies. I would definitely get a shirt like that, says Retribution. That's very kind, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I've been asked about merch, and maybe, I don't know, maybe that's something we can look at next year or something. I'll get round to it. You know me. Bonkers said Dubois for the dub here. Yeah, I mean, look, I think edged the first. I think she looked great in the second. Koleva came back seemingly and provided some moments in the third. We're now underway with the fourth round. This is a 6-round lightweight fight. And I think we've still got a good few fights to go after this. All these fights are going the distance at the moment. First fight went the distance. This one is already in round 4. They're only 2-minute rounds, though. Obviously, we're working our way towards the co-main and main event tonight. Do you think Bray is as much of a draw as Roman? Time will tell. Time will tell. My gut feeling is no. That might surprise people. But I think that Bray has got a lot of fans and a lot of very vocal fans. I think Bray's fan base on social media is very loud. But if you actually look at the ratings for the White Rabbit QR code stuff, there was some shows where they were doing White Rabbit QR code things that just were a bit flat. So the White Rabbit QR code was a massive success, but it wasn't resulting in like tons of like thousands and thousands of people like coming and watching the show. Don't know. It'll be interesting. I haven't seen the ratings for last night's SmackDown. I'll be very interested in that. So time will tell. Roman is a proven draw. He's a proven needle mover. We can look at the ratings and see the impact that his segments have. Time will tell with Bray. Koleva goes down. Koleva is right back up on her feet, though. Referee is up to a count of 8, but she's fine. She's saying to him that she's fine. And that was right at the end of the round. So that is, of course, going to be a Dubois round, a knockdown right at the end of it. So knockdown right at the end of round 4. Dubois is coasting here. It's just a hook shot, but she kind of seemed to catch her more with a forearm than she did a fist. Comes around the sides. Yeah. She kind of clubs her in the side of the head with a forearm. Revel in what you are, said Rory. I can send you 43 of the video that was aired. I don't know what that means, dude. I'll try and get to it, but obviously we can't do it right now because of the boxing. Dubois with a lovely straight left to the body there. Oh, again, a right hand. That's nice. Swinging away. Good footwork here by Dubois. Jab coming in there by Dubois. 1-2 straight down the middle. Koleva edging forwards, but not finding much in the way of output when she does let her hands go. That's exactly when Dubois strikes. And her hand speed is quicker. So Dubois, as soon as you see Koleva about to throw some at Dubois is in. Bang. She beats her to the punch. So Koleva just can't do anything at the moment. She's having to try and cover. When she does go to throw, she's getting clipped. And the shots are also being evaded. It's so impressive. I'm really impressed with Dubois. You look at Dubois here, and it feels like she's going to go on to achieve big things in this sport. She's got round the back. Referee coming in, separating the two. But again, coming forward as Koleva comes in. She ducks down. Little shot to the side of the body. We will have a look at the poll in a second. We've had nearly 300 votes. So we will have a look at the poll. If you are watching and you've not dropped a like as well, leave a like. It is greatly appreciated as we continue to build towards our main event, Marshall and Shields. Oh, dig to the body. Hook shot to the side of the head. Dubois is all over her. Referee's called it. Wow. Dubois had Koleva up against the ropes, unloading. Koleva was slumped down. Referee was straight in, called it, and it is a victory for Dubois. 4 in a row. Yeah, very good. Very impressive. She was very impressive all throughout that, to be honest. But that was nice. That was good finish. Good little flurry. A nice little cherry on top at the end there. How many boxing streams are you doing today? We're doing 2 today. We're doing this one, and we're doing Wilder against Hellenius. We We can't do the Cambosis one because it's on at exactly the same time as Wilder and Hellenius. But what I will do is I will have it on at the same time. So, yeah, the one later will be Wilder Hellenius. I've explained as to why I'm like really excited about that, more so actually than Haney and Cambosis, which I think technically is going to be the better fight. But I just think that Haney's got that one. We watched the first encounter and it was one-way traffic. It was one-way traffic, so. Will you stream the Haney fight as well? We'll have it on in the background. So, yeah, I don't think the main events are clashing, so we should be able to watch Haney Cambosis and then potentially Wilder Hellenius after, or vice versa. But it won't be branded as being Haney Cambosis. I didn't want to confuse things. And I don't know if the main event's going to be on at the same time. So I've just gone with Wilder Hellenius as the branding. Is this the real thing? What do you mean? Is boxing the real thing? I believe so. Watch every boxing UFC live on TV. Shout out to HDNFL.com. Shout out to those guys. You would think they would specialize in high definition National Football League, but apparently they do also specialize in boxing UFC as well. So it's really interesting. I think that they, if you are listening, watch every boxing and UFC live on TV. I think you might need to rebrand, because if you are using HDNFL.com, you really are giving some mixed messages there. A lot of people will look at that and think that you only specialize in NFL, and that is going to drive potential viewers away. So that's just my advice to you. Appreciate you dropping by, though. Dubois gets her hand raised. Hayden said, I'm going to watch Haney Cambosis boxing on Channel 1 from 11 until 5. It's on free to air. Oh, is it? I think it's going to be Haney, buds, that's going to get it done. I'm guessing you're probably rooting for Cambosis. I think it's going to be Haney again, but yeah, we'll have it on in the background. We can have two on the go. I think, can we? Yeah, we should be able to. I'm looking forward to the return of Caleb Plant tonight, said Chris. Yeah, he's the co-main, isn't he, of the Wilder fight, so that'll be good. Days considering Cormier's jingling belly. Cormier versus Doudrop makes the most sense right now, says Summit. I mean, there's just not many wrestlers that have like Cormier's size that kind of are being booked very well at the moment. Like you say, Doudrop, she's not really tearing it up in the women's division. Otis, not really tearing it up in the tag division or in the men's division. Like those bigger guys, just I don't know, they just don't seem to be used. They're just not. It's not where the focus of the wrestling world is at the moment. The wrestling world seems to be on like fast-paced, kind of more athletic encounters. So yeah, I don't want to do like Cormier dirty. I really like Cormier, but I do wonder if that's why we are not seeing him and Brock, because Cormier versus Brock seems to be a no-brainer. That seems to be a match that you would make. Cormier would want it. I think Brock could be convinced. I think he's got a good relationship with Cormier, so I think he could be convinced to do it. So yeah, I've got to think there's reasons as to why we're not doing it. Why is the boxing fight going too quick, said Maria. Why is it going quick? I don't think it's gone that quick. We've been live for about an hour and 15 minutes. We've only watched 2 fights. So I don't think it's that quick. We're obviously working our way towards a couple of big fights on this card. Right now, they're just showing Haney and Cambosis Jr. So an advert for that one that's coming up later on Sky Sports. I am watching Haney Cambosis on free to air. Rocky said, "Are you doing UFC this week?" We can't, unfortunately. We've got a lot of boxing going on, so yeah, sadly not. I really wanted to, but we are back next week with it. White Lotus said Braun was better when he was bigger. I think we got to Dubois smashed it. But will we stream Haney fight? Oh, we answered that one. Yeah, we will look to do that later. I mean, I will have it on, but as I said, I won't brand the stream as it. So right now we are just in between fights. They're just interviewing Dubois. So obviously a good showing from Caroline Dubois there. Quite early in her career. I think that was like her 4th victory or something. But right, I did say, didn't I, we'd look at these results. So let's do that. Let's jump over and have a look at the poll. So far, Shields 50. This is really interesting, actually. Shields to win 55%. Marshall to win 40% and a draw 5%. Do you know what? I feel like I am exactly the same. That's a really interesting result so far. So Shields to win, just over half of you think that. Marshall to win, 40% of you think that. And 5% of you think that it's going to be a draw. Very interesting. So Shields with a fairly decent advantage there over Marshall. We'll obviously revisit that as the votes continue to come in. So make sure that you get your voice heard. And we'll revisit that when we get to about 500 votes a little bit later. Again, if you are watching and you've not dropped a like, leave a like. It really is appreciated as we continue to head towards the main event and the co-main event, of course. Don't really have anything in the way of expectations, to be honest, for these streams, because it is just weird, isn't it? Different. We're doing something a bit different. We're doing female boxing. Obviously, we did Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano from Madison Square Garden earlier in the year. That is still probably my favorite fight of the year. Probably my fight of the year. My favorite event, I think, is still UFC London, the first one earlier in the year. That was fantastic. I mean, just everything was delivering that night. It was so special. So loved that UFC event. Loved Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. I do think that this has got the potential to be right up there. Maybe not the event, but just the main event tonight. I think the fight between Shields and Marshall is going to be an absolute banger. I mean, if Marshall connects and wobbles Shields, I think everyone's going to sit up and take notice, because I'm expecting Shields to be slick, evasive, technical. I'm expecting it to be quite frustrating for Marshall. So if Marshall can land something and make Shields take notice, like if Shields tastes that power of Marshall and it stings her, it rocks her, I think we're in for something very interesting tonight. I don't know if that's going to happen or when that's going to happen, but if it happens nice and early, man, we're in for a hell of a fight. You just need Claressa Shields. You just need to give her something to think about. You just need to give her something that makes her, give her not doubt, but makes her just that moment of hesitancy, like kind of not second guess herself, but just really cause her a few problems, ask a few questions, make her work, make her feel a little uncomfortable. Like, I feel like it's going to be a very interesting fight from a strategy point of view. We have got one of the Lionesses at ringside. I think it's Jill Scott. Jill Scott everywhere. These the England women won the Euros, and they are everywhere. I saw them at the National Television Awards. Jill Scott is here at the boxing. They're just everywhere. She's having the time of her life. She's going to every event imaginable. I don't blame her, though. I don't blame her. She just retired, so why not? Reece James is out for 8 weeks and is going to miss the World Cup, is he? Oh, my God. Now that is a problem. That's a problem, James. I'm telling you now, that's a problem. That's not ideal at all, is it? Was that today or something? Where's that come from? I actually haven't had a chance to look at too much of the football results today. But yeah, that's awful news. I think I feel like we had pretty much accepted we weren't going to win the World Cup. I mean, we did not kick on after the Euros final. And it kind of feels like things have been a bit flat, a bit underwhelming, a bit. So, I mean, the only thing I would say is that right back is a position that we're all right in. You know, I mean, we've got depth there, but I think you would have wanted Reece James. I would have wanted Reece James, so that's gutting. Rotem said, please have a look at Facebook. The Bray promo is about 30 seconds long. In the middle of it, said Rotem. We can't, Rotem. We can't. I wish it was that simple. But I'd have to log into Facebook, which might not sound like the hardest thing to do, but I can never quite remember my sign-in password. Then not only do I have to do that, I need to locate it, and that's hard enough because I never go onto Facebook. Then I would have to go through a whole 2-minute video whilst I'm streaming. That's not ideal, is it? I think we can all agree there's a lot of barriers. But I am going to try and get to it at some point in my life. And I said to you, I believe you. There was thousands last night and over the weekend that didn't, but I believed you. And I think that has only brought our friendship closer. So shout out to you. Trap Finch said, are you doing UFC? We can't, unfortunately. I am back for it next week. But tonight, it's colliding with Deontay Wilder, and it's colliding with Kambosos and Devin Haney, and I'm going to be trying to watch those. So whilst they're on, it's just meaning that UFC, which, I mean, the card looks all right. It's not the strongest of cards. I ideally wouldn't want to miss any cards, but yeah, we're clearly not going to be missing next weekend. So we're back next weekend for the big UFC pay-per-view show. But yeah, tonight, unfortunately, the boxing has got in the way. Keaton said, I just joined. I don't like UFC, but when I saw that you was live, I just could not watch, said Keaton. Well, that's very kind, bud. This isn't UFC. This is boxing. But so we are moving over to our third fight. This is going to be Lauren Price in action now. So Lauren Price versus Tamia Bellic. Price, 2012 Olympic gold medalist. Was it 2012? I don't think it was that long ago, was it? And has won gold in the Commonwealth and European Games. She played football for Cardiff before moving on to boxing. She won her debut in June. Yeah, she kind of won in the... Wasn't it 2021? Have they got that mixed up? Didn't we watch her at Tokyo? She played football for Cardiff before moving on to boxing. She won her debut in June, beating Goodstenster on points. Price was appointed MBE, member of the Order of the British Empire. Check you out. This year. Bellic is 6-6. She made her debut in 2014. In 2017, she lost to Alicia Kumar for the GBC, GBU, IBA, and IBF Super Lightweight titles. Bellic is 2-2 in her last 4 fights, with her last bout a loss to Hull in July. So Price versus Bellic should be relatively straightforward for Price to get the victory in this one. So this is going to be fight number 3, Price versus Bellic. We are getting closer towards the big fights. These ones are, as I said, a lot of females that have competed at the Tokyo Olympics, but we are getting closer and closer towards the championship fights, that co-main event, and obviously main event in particular. Summit said, did you know Leon has denied for the trilogy in January? I told you that Usman has to chase the champ, and it's going to be Wembley in March. So what, they're going to do it at Wembley, are they? Is that been announced? I mean, I know that Dana doesn't like doing stadiums, but I feel like they should, because I think the optics are very good. Like, Dana doesn't like stadiums because he thinks it's a bad experience. It's a bad way to watch UFC. But I think the optics look really good. Like, you know, WWE don't care if it looks good for the fans in attendance or not. They just want the big stadium images being on TV. It makes them look popular, doesn't it? I mean, it's just a great look for the UFC if they do sell out Wembley and they do it at Wembley. Like, yeah, I think they should definitely do that. I think that's what Leon wants as well, isn't it? So, Kingdom Conscious, shout out to you, my friend. Appreciate the support. Big shout out to you. Oh, wow, there's only 3 fights left to go. There's 3 fights left. Lauren Price against Bellic is next, and then it's our co-main. Hey, there's one fight then that I've just completely missed. There's one fight which I have not seen a result of. That was Ebony Jones. Yeah, I don't know what's happened there. Ebony Jones against Jasmina Nad on Tapology. There's no result for that. So I don't know if that one got scrapped or something. But yeah, either way, we're moving on. And we've got Lauren Price against Bellic. Then we've got Michaela Mayer taking on Alicia Baumgardner. And then we've got our main event, Claressa Shields against Savannah Marshall. This is the O2 Arena. Things are heating up. Things are getting big time as we're getting closer towards those big title fights. So, Lauren Price getting her introduction. She is making her way down. Lauren Price versus Bellic coming up next. When does the main event start approximately? I heard it was around about just after like 10, 10:15, half 10, that kind of ballpark. I reckon you're probably looking about an hour and a half. As a guess, about an hour and a half. Yeah. The standout from Tokyo. So Lauren Price making her way down. I remember seeing an interview that she did with Prince William, and they were just talking about women in sport and boxing, funding, different things like that. It's quite interesting. And then she went to the Olympics and obviously did very, very well. So here she is inside the ring. She's got a bright, bright future. This is the first fight that you can get interactive with on the scorecards. What? Oh, that's interesting. There's a QR code, and if you scan it, you can see how most people are scoring the fights or something. That's interesting. Innovation. Right. What do you like better, WWE, AEW, UFC, or boxing? I don't know, to be honest, because I feel like what I like is I like being entertained, and all of them are different companies that are seeking to entertain you, or different sports. So I don't know. I mean, if I watch an amazing WWE wrestling match that's high stakes and it's had a big story and it's two characters that I really enjoy watching, two wrestlers that I really enjoy watching, and it's been built up like, I don't know, let's say Roman versus Bray for the title, and it's been built up for 2 months, and it's a big stadium show, and it's got a big fight feel, and you don't know which way it's going to go. Like, that's just incredible. I mean, that's just fantastic. But then equally, I can say the exact same if we were to get, Tyson Fury against Anthony Joshua. I don't know what I would do if that was on at the same time. And then equally, I could say the exact same for UFC as well. So I don't know that it's not really as straightforward as saying, what do you prefer? It's not as straightforward as that. It's everyone has got a chance to entertain you. Every single one can entertain you and, get your blood pumping, your heart racing. But it's just, I suppose, who does it on a more consistent basis? I'd have to say probably not boxing, because I think we do get big boxing events within a year, but I don't think that there is as many as there are WWE matches or, dare I say, even UFC fights. I feel like UFC do a much better job of putting on the big fights that people want to see compared to boxing, where it's a lot of politics. I mean, look at the Fury Joshua debacle. Do you know what I mean? We can't even get Fury Usyk. So that's frustrating. So I don't think it's which one do you enjoy more. I think it's more which one delivers those moments more. That's probably a better way of looking at it. And to be honest, I don't think it's boxing. It can. It just can't get out of its own way. It for some reason, the big fights just seems to be a nightmare to get made. But we do get them. We do get them throughout the year. And, when we do get them, they're fantastic. Love them as much as anything else. I think, though, if I was to watch just one thing, and I've said it before, if say there was a massive wrestling match, a massive UFC fight, a massive boxing fight, and England in the World Cup final all on at the same time, I would watch England in the World Cup final. England in the World Cup final would be where I would be. Lauren Price looking good in the early stages here. Standing in the centre as Bellick coming forwards. She's looking very solid. Coming in. Nice hook shot to the side of the head there by Price. She's got Bellick. Pushes Bellick back. Bouncing around. Lauren going back as Bellick edges forwards. I think it's time Masvidal should defend his BMF or just hand it to you, said Summit. He should defend it. I do agree with that. I think it's a bit of a cop-out to say, there hasn't been anyone as bad as me, so no one deserves it as much as I do. So it's just a bit of cop-out in it. I feel like UFC made it for that one fight, so that one fight had a belt, so that at least there was, something on the line. And that's it. They never had any intentions to do anything else other than that with it. First round, pretty good round for Lauren Price. Not anything spectacular, but very tidy. Very tidy. Would Wilder or Helenius compete with Usyk, Joyce, or Jared Anderson? I think Wilder would. Helenius, I think, is someone that he's always around those kind of top 10 rankings. He's a good heavyweight, but he is someone that you would expect the better heavyweights to always find a way past. So I feel like getting into the top 10 is like his ceiling, really. So yeah, I really do like Wilder. I do class him as being a top heavyweight. I don't think that his boxing ability is as good as Fury or Usyk. Maybe not even Joshua, to be honest. So an actual boxing IQ, technical ability, I think he is, if he didn't have that big knockout punch, I'm not sure really where his ceiling would be. Maybe he would be a bit like Hellenius. He would still be able to get into a top 10, but maybe, not a world champion. But man, that punch, that knockout power that he possesses is just biblical. It's an absolute game changer. So, you put in the solid boxing ability that he has, add in the nuclear power that he possesses, and, you've just got something very special and very exciting. So, yeah, Wilder, definitely. Elenius, he'll compete with them, but I wouldn't expect him to get victories. We've got Price back in the center. Crowd getting a bit animated there as Price really lets some combos go. Some little hook shots coming in. So it was like a 3-4 shot flurry as we're seeing Bellick driving Price back. Price coming forward, letting the hands go again. Little head movement, charging forwards. Again, having a little look as Bellick edges forward, Price in the center. So we are seeing Price keeping her hands up, bouncing around in the middle. Oh, lovely shot there by Price. Lovely shots. Nice footwork there. Good shuffle by Price as well. Again, a few strikes coming in here by Bellick. Price bouncing around as Bellick edges forwards, and that is the end of the round. Another good round there for Price. Another good round. Days, my choice sport would be Greco-Roman boob honking. Athena got it in before Hades helped the Titans interfere in the games. Hercules saved the games. Then Athena honked his boobs. It was great. I understood about, I reckon, 5 words of that, but I did appreciate the message. So, yes, they should bring back boob honking. Callum said Masvidal has lost at least twice since the BMF belt. Can't beat a McGregor fight week. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I still would choose England because, I don't know, that just speaks to me it just speaks to my soul. But yeah, I completely agree. A McGregor fight week is just incredibly big. Been fortunate enough to stream a few of those. Obviously, he's not been very active, but yeah, been fortunate enough to be able to cover a few of those. And you can't even read the chat, to be honest. It's just so many people around, so much buzz, so much excitement. It's brilliant. Yeah, I completely agree. What's your biggest dream match, says Keaton. What's yours, Keaton? What's yours? Actually, I actually don't know. I don't know. In wrestling, I don't know. I feel like we need to build some people up. I think I would love Sammy Roman right now. I think Sammy Roman, I would really love to see that match. Certainly if Sammy was to be given a good build and show that he can do some stuff. Sammy's a good wrestler. He's a good wrestler. He knows some stuff. Whether he could get past Roman, I really don't know, but I'd love to see it. I think Sammy is so popular. He's red hot right now. They've clearly got a plan for Sammy. We're clearly going somewhere, and I think it's going to be Sammy going after the Usos tag titles, but I'd love to see him go after Roman. Price in the center with Bellick again. Couple of shots going straight down the middle. Good work by Price driving. Bellick back. Oh, she catches her. She senses blood. No, straight into a clinch. Over by the ropes. Referee comes in, separates them. Right back into the middle. Price, swinging away. So Price is edging forward again. Real flurry of shots. Oh, look at this. Driving Bellick back into the corner. Woo. Really unloading there. Another good round for Price. Obviously, these are just 2-minute rounds, but yeah, another good round. Very exciting. That wasn't a hooded figure. It was a Chucky doll, said AEW fan. Des said, what do you think of Liverpool City tomorrow? Got to go with City. The only thing I would say is that when things seem a little obvious, sometimes they can end up being like a draw and a bit closer than you expect. I feel like with Haaland just killing it at the moment, and what with the injury problems that Liverpool has got. Liverpool haven't been on the best of runs, but they had a good result in midweek. Granted, it was against Rangers, but, you know, was it 7-1? I mean, that's a big score. But you didn't beat in City 7-1. So, yeah, I'm leaning City. Maybe it'll end up being closer than we think, but I still think City get it done. Price edging forwards. Nice shots. She's so crisp and explosive. The shots coming out of her are just so impressive. Bounce around right. Good work there by Bellick, though. She's trying to ask a few questions of her own. Leading forward with the left hand. A couple of shots coming back by Price. Nice. She's still in a rhythm. Bellick moving, resetting. Edging forward. Oh, coming forward. Lovely straight left there. Referee coming in, separating the two. Now we've got Price in the middle, letting her hands go. Bellick on the outsides. Couple of shots getting through. It's a little bit scrappy, but good work by Price again. Driving Bellick back. Bellick coming out. Price back into the center. Into a clinch. Referee's going to have to come in and separate them again, and he does. His referee's waved it. Wow, that... it was one-way traffic. The referee's just called it such a weird stoppage. Saying that she was taking a lot of shots clean. Commentators are saying there was no chance of her winning the fight, but the corner are very upset. They're saying that it was a compassionate stoppage. I think that's early. Whether she's got a chance of winning or not, you know, it's still an opportunity for her to show off her boxing skills in front of an audience and learn some stuff. I don't know. I understand like boxer welfare and everything, but not sold on that stoppage at all. And neither are her corner. Lauren Price gets the win. WWE is going to be crazy with Bray, Cody, Brock, Roman, and Braun, said Kingdom Conscious. Hayden said, come on, Lauren. Come on. Someone said, next week's UFC 280 card is the best in a decade. I've been counting the days since August. I can't wait for the bangers that it's got. Is Bo on that card? Is that when Bo arrives? Is that why you're excited, Summit? No, by the looks of it. Wow. I'm surprised, Summit. Jay will be responsible for dismantling the bloodline, said Kingdom Conscious. Look, she's still upset. She's still saying, yeah, she's still kind of protesting. Referee doesn't want to hear it. Referee decided that was enough. Still undefeated. So Lauren Price gets the job done. 3 out of 3 for the Olympians tonight. Right, so we've got, I think it's Mayer against Baumgardner coming up next. This is a big, big fight. This is a huge fight in its own right. This is one of those fights that could absolutely main event its own card, but it's on this card as the co-main event. It's for the WBO, IBF, WBC Junior Lightweight Championships. And as we said, Michaela Mayer and Baumgardner are both listed as being in the... So these two are absolutely some of the best female boxers in the world. I know they're the co-main event. Do not let that fool you. These two are absolute quality. They are class. They are amazing fighters. But they are in the co-main event of this one. SmackDown preliminary is 2-1, said British Soundboards. I mean, look, that's not bad, is it? That's not bad. And let's not forget, I don't know what last week was, so I don't know how that compares like to a week on week. 2.1 is kind of where we've been. So it's not like we've dropped or anything, but I think for Bray's return and for the hype going into that show, you would have expected for that to have been a bigger number. I mean, I had people saying they thought it would be 2.5, 2.6, something along those lines. If it does come out to be 2.175, I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Against what could be, I don't know. It's hard for me because I don't know what sport's on a Saturday, on a Friday night. So I don't know if it was up against anything that was kind of juicy. But yeah, I would have expected that to have been bigger, to be honest. Summit said Bo's going to fight at UFC 282. I knew you'd know, Summit. I knew you would have heard. William said, what about Solo and Sammy tag in versus the Usos? Jay and Jimmy at odds. We also get Solo, Sammy as tag champs. Don't know. I feel like the only problem with that is if you're going to do that, there's going to be a big split within the bloodline. Like if two members of the bloodline take titles off another two members of the bloodline, it would be an interesting story to explore, but I don't know. It's not going to be harmonious, is it? I feel like the bloodline. I enjoy the internal stuff we're doing with Sammy and Jay, but I wish there was a big enemy that they were having to worry about. I'd love to see them having to try and put their differences aside to try and overcome something, and we're not really seeing that at the moment. Because at the moment, Roman's going after Logan Paul, believe it or not. And, the rest of them are just, I don't even know what they're doing, messing around. I mean, we saw Sammy in action on Monday. And then we saw him in action again on Friday against Kofi, just, in a couple of just completely random matches. He took on Riddle, and then he took on Kofi. I don't know. I don't even know who the Usos are feuding with, to be honest. I have no idea who the Usos are feuding with at the moment. I feel like it would be good if the whole bloodline had to face someone, and maybe that is going to be the Wyatts. Maybe that is going to be the Wyatts. And man, that could just be an all-time classic feud, couldn't it? You do that at Survivor Series, that could be awesome. Add in the Sammy J bickering as well, whilst they're trying to get on the same page to deal with the Wyatts. Oh my God, just could be fire. Did you hear that Triple H is very high on Roxanne Perez? I didn't hear that, no, but obviously we saw her in action on SmackDown, so they wouldn't put her in that position if they weren't clearly having a look and interested. So I haven't heard that, but I can certainly see that he is interested. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been on SmackDown. Your poll is hard to answer, said Cashmore. I'm sorry. If it goes the distance, it's Shields, but Marshall could get a knockout before then. If you was the bookies, I would put a $5 on each, says Cashmore. I agree with you. I actually think Shields on points personally, but you can't really rule out Marshall. I just really don't know that she's going to be able to hit Shields clean often, because I think that Shields could get hit, but I think she will survive. And I think there's going to need to be a few shots by Marshall that get through, and I don't know if she's going to be able to do that. I feel like the head movement, the general movement, the footwork, the technical ability, the balance as well of Shields is so impressive. I mean, she calls herself the GWOAT for a reason, and I think the pound for pounds have got about number 2 at the moment, just behind Katie Taylor. That is how good Claressa Shields is. So yeah, we're getting closer to our main event. We've got a co-main event coming up. Is it next? Oh. Who? Tom Grennett? Don't know who this is. Someone's performing some chart-topping hits. I've never heard of this guy. Okay, and I've just realized there's a reason why I've never heard of him. Tom Grennan. So there we go. All you Tom Grennan stands out there. All of you Tom Grennan simps. Tom Grennan is in the building. Days, not only Bo, but I'm looking forward to Shavkat's fights, as Shavkat against Jeff Neal is about to happen. A title stepper fight in that division, says Summit. Some big fights is being lined up for something as well. I heard they're trying to get him onto UFC 282, onto the December card. So I don't know if that'll come off. Rotem said, I uploaded it. It's on my YouTube channel. Just the 43 seconds. Rotem, I plan on watching it, and I will watch it on your YouTube. You will get a view from me. I'm going to make a note right now. I'm going to actually write it down. Watch Rotem's video. So I will watch it. Can't you sign up to Sky Sports through BT rather than through TV? My transmission is ahead of yours because I'm watching on Sky. I don't think so. I'm not aware of that. Maybe that's something I can look into. But I've got it through Now TV. That's how I've always watched Sky. I'm not aware that I can go through BT, but I'll be perfectly honest in saying I've never looked. But to be honest, even if I could, I don't think it would actually show on my TV. I think it would still be a thing I have to watch through the app, maybe. I don't know. Probably be quicker if I just said that. I don't know. T-Mirror said, do you not take into account Marshall's height, weight, and reach and the age difference? I think you're giving Shields too much credit. Well, I mean, look, height, weight, reach. Weight is no factor because they've actually weighed in at the same. So weight's not a thing. Height, yeah, she's got a little bit of height advantage. But if anything, I think that's a problem because I think she's going to have to be punching down. And punching down is not an easy thing to do. It's obviously going to be a bit more tricky to like get your kind of shots off on someone who is smaller than you. So I actually don't know that the height is much in the way of an advantage. I do think that the reach is going to be an advantage, but she's got to use it. And to be honest, I don't think she's got the technical abilities of Claressa Shields. And I think that the reach, I think Shields will be able to negotiate that. So she'll be able to slip the jab. She'll be able to get onto the inside. So they are factors, and you're right to bring them up. But are those factors things that I think are going to give Marshall a victory? I would have to say no. I think that it comes down to Can she get big, powerful shots off on a fairly consistent basis against Shields? And I'm just not convinced that she can. Just not convinced that she can. If she goes in there, I said, if she goes in there, catches her early, stings her, and gives Shields something to think about, then we've got a fight. Because what I'm expecting is Shields to go in there, look good, look fluid, look slick, look like the GOAT, and really provide a frustrating opponent, be frustrating for Marshall. Get in on the inside, get her shots off, get back out, like be very evasive, lovely head movement, lovely footwork. I just think she's so technical. She's the better boxer. I've got no problem sitting here and saying that. Claressa Shields is a better boxer than Savannah Marshall, but Marshall has got that power, which could be like the most impressive, certainly in this division, if not all of women's boxing. And I don't know what happens if she connects on a regular basis. If she hits her once, I don't think Shields is going down. She's going to have to keep chipping away. Can she do that? Are we putting, if we're betting on Shields, are we saying that she can do that on a consistent basis to the point where she's going to get Shields down? I just don't know. I mean, like, Shields has only ever lost one fight, and that was against Savannah Marshall, but that was 10 years ago. Since then, she's gone like 50-0. And so far in the pros, she's 12-0 and beaten some very, very good names. So it's just really difficult to pick against Claressa Shields. But we'll have to see, won't we? I mean, look, I think this is a very close fight. I'm not doing Marshall dirty. I actually want Marshall to win. I really want Marshall to win. If Marshall wins, I'll be over the moon. So I want Marshall, but I always have to be honest with what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing is that it just feels like it's going to be Shields. Feels like it's going to be Shields because I think she is the better boxer. I think if she is able to go in there and fight her game plan, should be, I don't want to say straightforward, but should be relatively comfortable, I think, for Shields. But it's down to Marshall to ensure that Shields doesn't fight her game plan and actually that she gives her something to think about. So Marshall is the female Tyson Fury, said Midnight Madness. Someone is coming for you, Day, said King Charles. Oh, that's nice. I hope they're friendly. Millennial said, I must say you are looking very handsome today. Thank you. I think you might as well save that and you can post it again tomorrow, day after. But I appreciate that. I feel very handsome today, if that means anything. We're seeing lots. I tell you what, there's a lot of boozed up people having a little dance. Oh, Sweet Caroline is playing. They're getting the crowd going. Bum, bum, bum. Sweet Caroline, man. We might as well have that as the national anthem now. Honestly, sweet people love Sweet Caroline. If there was a vote for the new national anthem, I promise you Sweet Caroline would win. I promise you. It just gets played at all sporting events now. It got really... it's a song that was played before England played football. It really caught on during the Euros, but it was played before that. But during the Euros, when England went on that fantastic run to the final, Sweet Caroline would be getting played. You know, people would be singing along. People just love singing it and joining in with it. Yeah, crazy, isn't it? How it's been adopted by us in the UK. They should sing American Pie. They should sing American Pie at the end of this event. Yes. Sweet Caroline, dum, bum, bum. Good times never felt so good. So good, so good, so good. Look at them, man. They can't help themselves. They've had a few beers. It must be like physically impossible to not sing along with Sweet Caroline if you've had a few beers. Days, I did it. Would be easy for you to watch it. Come on, you can spare 43 seconds to see that a Bray promo exists. I wish I could. I mean, we are right in the middle of Sweet Caroline, on the verge of Maya versus Baumgardner. We're actually seeing some movement now, so looks like we're going to get some ring walks. Maya won 3 rounds. Baumgardner won. Maya had 10-8. She knocked her down. Round 5 just started, said Chris. I mean, that's not true, but sounds exciting. Okay, here we go. We're about to get some ring walks. Tai versus Pavlovich has been official for December 3rd. Did you know this? I didn't. I didn't know this. So that sounds good. I need Maya to win in round 3. I get £1,890 profit from a £10 bet, said British Soundboard Prank. Really? Dude, I hope that comes off for you. We got Freed from Desire playing now, which is another banger. Yeah, they've broken out like the club hits now. So we are just going over to commercial break. We have been streaming for around about 2 hours. We are sneaking our way towards 500 votes. If you are watching and you haven't voted, get your thought in. We said that we would go to the poll once we get to 500 votes. Last time we looked, Shields winning had 55% of the vote. Marshall winning had 40% of the vote. And a draw had 5% of the vote. So we'll pop back and have a look at that once we get to 500 votes. Again, we are just on the verge of getting to the co-main event. We are just at commercial break at the moment. But feel free to get your thoughts in. Who do you think's winning out of Maya and Baumgardner? Who do you think is winning out of Shields and Marshall? It's had a great build. Obviously, this fight was meant to happen around about, I think it was a month ago. Was it a month? Queen died. And so, obviously, like a lot of sporting events in the UK were cancelled as we all went into mourning. But obviously, we've rearranged and we are now about an hour away, if that, from the main event. Vicky said, I need Maya to win or else I'll lose all of my chickens. You bet your chickens. Wow, that is not how you run a farm at all. But Vicky, shout out to you. Who have you lot picked for Maya and Baumgardner, said LJ. I can tell you that Maya is coming in as favourite. Maya is rated, I think, about number 4 on the pound for pounds. Maya is taller, rangier. 5 knockouts from 17 wins. Standout amateur. Won bronze at the 2012 World Championships. She's an excellent ring general. She's faced better level of competition. She's going to look to keep Baumgardner on the outside, use that range, that reach advantage. Does lack a little bit of power. There's not going to be much room for error here. It's a very close fight. But Maya's got good volume, good body shots. Seems to be improving as well. This is the first time, I believe, she's fighting out of the US. So, as I said, when I looked at the odds, she was coming in as favourite. Alicia Baumgardner has got good experience. She is very ferocious. She loves to attack. She's got lots of heart. She's maybe the faster, more agile fighter as well. She does carry some good power. And she got a big win over Terry Harper as well. She's coming in at about plus 200. So I feel that Maya is the one that people are really looking at to pick up the victory here. But very close fight, big fight, plenty of titles on the line. And as we said, you know, this one is going to be juicy. Maya on points is what people are looking at. 39% of people to 8% have said Maya on points. Yeah, that's going to be... so it does seem like Maya is the one that's expected to get it done. Jake Campbell, hello, dude. Said, don't know about you, but I am expecting a QR codes on Monday. I hope there'll be something, to be honest. Even though I know he's not on that show, it would be nice to still have something just to tease. I think you can use Monday to tease what you're going to get on Friday. So, you know, it could be a QR code that says they're coming or something like this, which then, of course, would get us all excited because that implies other people are on the way. So, yeah, I agree. QR code would be very welcome on Monday. There's QR codes tonight. If you scan the QR code on Sky Sports, then you get to see the round by round breakdown. Here we go then. So this is Alicia Baumgardner. The bomb. She is 12-1. She looks great, man. Dancing her way down to the ring. So the bomb making her way down. Very, I mean, you have to say it. She's very attractive. She could be like easily in like Hollywood films and stuff like this. But instead, she wants to box and get punched in the face. And she might be getting punched in the face a few times tonight. This is going to be a big, big test for her. That's why I signed up for BT through Sky, usually through an app to be in sync. WWE should do the same with Sky rather than through Now TV. Yeah, I seriously don't know if I can. I will look into it though. I will look into it because yeah, if I can be more in line, then that's obviously an advantage. So. I think Tuivasa shouldn't have taken the fight just after 3 months after a knockout loss, but I hope Ty will win, says Summit. Kingdom Conscious, shout out to you. Days acknowledged these two are attractive, I told you. Listen, you can't ignore Baumgardner. She is very attractive, and she is a great fighter as well. World champion. It's going to be a great fight, man. It's just going to hurt a bit more when you see Baumgardner getting hit in the face. That's all. Right, here's Michaela then. Michaela making her ring walk. Rotem said, to anyone that didn't believe me when I said they aired a Bray promo during commercials, go to my channel. There's only one video. I've uploaded it as proof. Calm down. Calm down, Rotem. I'm starting to seem a bit desperate now, buds. I know there was a lot of disrespect. I know there was a lot of disrespect towards you. But it's all right. It's all right. I will look, and if it's there, then, which I believe it is, I'll let people know. Don't worry. Let's have a look at the vote, shall we? So Shields has... Oh, wow. Okay, we've got Maya making her way down. Maya making her way down to the ring. To the Spice Girls. Okay, so both fighters inside the ring. We're going to be underway with this one. So, yeah, 52% Shields, 42% Marshall, 6% a draw. Okay, just getting the intros for both fighters. If you are just joining us, this is our co-main event. So we've got this, and then we've got Shields, Marshall straight afterwards. Maybe not straight after. They'll probably milk it. This should be a banger, though. As we said, this is for WBO, IBF, WBC, lightweight championships. Okay, so Baumgardner just getting her intro. What is a website I can watch this on? Legitimately, when it comes to boxing, I don't know. I know on wrestling, they show it and watch wrestling, but I don't know when it comes to this stuff. Here in the UK, it's being shown on... here in the UK, it's being shown on Sky Sports. Alicia the Bomb Baumgardner. Days, it's around 2:30 in India. It's too late now to sleep, but I've got to get some. I acknowledge you as the tribal thief. Summit, shout out to you, dudes. Appreciate the support. And yeah, I'll see you next time, dudes. Okay, Michaela Mayer getting her introduction right now. She's coming in as firm favorite. I've got feelings for both sides. Retribution. ESPN TV HD.com. Gone. Damn it. Just going to shout them out as well. This fight is going to be savage, says LJ. Yes. Just like Megan Thee Stallion. Right, here we go then. These two come in face to face. This one's juicy. A lot of people really looking forward to this. There is just a slight touch of gloves. This is big fight feel. Here we go then. Underway as both fighters come into the center. There's been a lot of back and forth between these two in the builds. We've got Baumgardner in black. We've got Mayer all in red. They both come out into the center. Nice jabs to the body early by Baumgardner. Baumgardner already trying to take the center and trying to establish her range. Nice coming in with some shots. Hook shot there, but Mayer moves out the way. Nothing lands. So Mayer on the outside. Baumgardner seems to just be jabbing out at the moment, holding the center ground. She's trying to find a way of bringing in her combos, but she can't quite get going with those at the moment. But again, circling rounds. Both of them feeling each other out at the moment. Minute gone so far. We've got Baumgardner coming forward, trying to lunge towards the body, not landing anything. I feel like Baumgardner's looked more the aggressor. Mayer's looked tidy, compact. But I feel at the moment that you would probably give this to Baumgardner. I can't see many reasons as to why you would give it to Mayer. There's only about 30-odd seconds to go, but Mayer has taken the center ground now. She seems to have settled down into the fight. Shot to the body there by Baumgardner. Mayer again, keeping things quite tight. Standing in the center. That's a lovely right hand that comes into the body there by Mayer. Mayer back into the center. Baumgardner on the outside, circling rounds as Mayer starts to edge forwards. She is taking the time. There's a hook shot that came in there at the end by Baumgardner. I think Baumgardner will be pleased with that. I feel like I am going to lean towards that being a Baumgardner round. As I said, I don't think there was much there by Mayer. It was tight and tidy, and it was fine, but it just didn't really feel like she really got going. So slightly quicker start by Baumgardner. Yeah, her corner just said that round was a bit too close to tell to Maya. So they've just said it was too close to tell. I'm going to say that it's a Baumgardner round, but I don't disagree. You could go with Maya. There wasn't really much in it. Summit, shout out to you. Okay, here we go then. We're about to get underway with round number 2. So we've got Baumgardner coming out straight to the races out into the center. Maya standing the ground in the middle. Baumgardner on the outsides, trying to get a shot into the body. Feels like Maya has really taken to this second round a lot quicker and settled into it a lot quicker than she did the first round. You kind of have to, because these are only 2-minute rounds. Baumgardner, though, is on the outside, trying to come in and get a shot to the body and then get out of there. She's on the outside, kind of over by the ropes. Lovely little combos to the body there by Baumgardner. Maya, uppercut just misses there by Baumgardner. Baumgardner, again, just having a little look. Couple of jabs coming in here by Maya. Baumgardner, again, just throwing out a left-hand jab. Couple of jabs coming in there by Baumgardner. Hook shot coming in by Baumgardner. Overhand right by Baumgardner. So a lot coming in by Baumgardner. Baumgardner on the outside. Lovely flurry. And she catches Maya there. You can see that Maya's got a little bit of swelling, a bit of redness on the face. A few marks showing there on Maya. Baumgardner grabbing her, clinching her. Little shot to the side of the head. Little dig into the body as well. These two working in the clinch as the referee is seemingly not being very quick to separate them. He does finally get in there and separate the two fighters apart. We've got 15 seconds or so to go. I feel like this is going to be another Baumgardner round for me. I feel the more impressive work has been done by her here. It's a lovely right hand by both women, actually. Both throwing and landing at the same time. Baumgardner with a crunching hook shot at the end. It's a Baumgardner round. So end of round 2. Really fun stuff, man. Really fun stuff. Baumgardner fights like a female Floyd. She's legit. So, yeah, I'm going to give the first 2 to Baumgardner. I do agree that the first round was quite close, but I feel like that second round was not as close. So, yeah, I've got that going to Baumgardner. Baumgardner round says, Hayden. When Maya lowers her hands, she shoots right over the top. It's really, really interesting stuff. It's a really gripping fight. Thought it would be. And thankfully, so it is proving. So we're just seeing Claressa Shields. Got all of those belts that she's got backstage. Okay, we are underway then with round number 3. So in between rounds, we just saw backstage Claressa Shields. She's out of that dress now, getting her hands wrapped. And we've got Maya trying to get into this fight. Smile on the face of Baumgardner. Baumgardner's taken a few shots, though. A couple of jab coming in there by Maya. She does need to get a bit busier with the jab. Oh, she tries to throw a big right hand there, Maya, and it just whistles past Baumgardner. She sticks a jab right in her face, though. This is better by Maya. Much better. She's staying a lot more active, and it's not allowing Baumgardner to really get anything off. It's not allowing Baumgardner to really settle. So this is better by Maya. Again, a couple of lunging shots coming in as Baumgardner comes in, but they clinch up. Referee having a look. These two clinching. Referee's going to come in, separate them apart, and he does. Nice straight lefts coming in there by Baumgardner. Maya standing in the center. Baumgardner on the outsides. Baumgardner circling round into a clinch. It's a bit scrappy at this stage. This round feels a lot closer. Maya's made it feel closer because she's been a bit more active. She's worked the jab a little bit more. Nice jab there. Getting right in the face. Overhand coming in there by Mayer, but good counters coming back by Baumgardner. Jab again there by Mayer. Oh, real flurry coming in by Baumgardner. I feel like Baumgardner got a few shots through there. Jabs again coming in by Mayer. Oh, nice little shot to the body. Close. Close. I'm going to go with Mayer on that one. I feel that round... I feel she controlled the round. There was definitely a couple of moments that Baumgardner got through, but I think that if we were to see the stats, I feel like Mayer might have been landing a few more of those jabs throughout the round. And yeah, I'm going to lean towards Mayer. Some lovely work, though, by Baumgardner. Some really impressive stuff. We knew that this was going to be a great fight and close, and so it's proven so far after 3 rounds, looking at this being 2-1 to Baumgardner. Mayer Round said Hayden Retribution thinks it's 2-1 as well. Here we go then, round number 4. Baumgardner coming into the center, Mayer standing in the middle. Baumgardner on the outside, throwing out a straight left. Nice shot to the body there by Mayer. Mayer edging forwards. Baumgardner just falling short with a straight left there as Mayer is throwing out a jab. Seems to be causing problems. It's hard to tell if it's landing clean, but she's mixing it up and going to the body as well. Nice change of levels. We're seeing that left hand go to the body quite a bit now. She seems to be getting a bit of joy there. That was nice. She angled it down, but actually flicked it out straight. Really threw off Baumgardner then. She was really going to the body and then managed to just catch her in the head. So I feel like Baumgardner in this first minute has built up a little bit of a lead. Mayer's built up a bit of a lead, sorry. Couple of shots coming in there by Mayer. Head movement by Baumgardner, though. It feels like Mayer is definitely growing into the fight. Smile on the face of Baumgardner. Baumgardner on the outside, Mayer coming in. Lovely straight right to the body. Lovely straight right. Again, we're seeing now Baumgardner really struggling to kind of impose herself on Mayer. Mayer seems to have got into a groove. She seems to have got her work rate. She seems to have got herself into a rhythm. She's just going out. She's working the jab a lot better, mixing up the levels, keeping Baumgardner guessing, keeping her moving, keeping her on the back foot as well. It's constantly Baumgardner in retreat modes as it's Mayer that's on the front foot. And Baumgardner just not coping with it quite as well. She just threw some nice counters there, though. Definitely got through with a couple of shots, but she's being backed in the corner. Yep. That's a Mayer round. 2-2. Mayer round. So I've got it 2-2 at the moment. Really, really interesting stuff. The momentum of the fight was all Baumgardner. It's just shifted. Now it's Mayer. I feel like Mayer is being tidy, not spectacular. Yeah, that was a lovely right hand. Uppercut misses and catches her with a hook shot. Baumgardner does manage to connect with one shot of her own, but it's Mayer that wins that exchange. So we're in between rounds. 2-2 now, I think, said Retribution. I agree. We're just seeing Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall coming up next against Claressa Shields. We are underway. Shots coming in there by Mayer. We've got Baumgardner on the back foot. Jab coming in there by Baumgardner. Mayer goes down, but it was a push by Baumgardner, so nothing there. Referee comes in, has a word with them both, tells them to get back underway. Jab coming in there by Mayer. Jab again by Mayer. got Baumgardner on the outside. Couple of jabs, quick jabs coming in by Mayer. Baumgardner edging forward. And again, oof. Bouncing around. And Baumgardner keeps threatening to throw that right hand, but she doesn't pull the trigger. Nice body shots here by Mayer. She's really growing in confidence here, Mayer. Really growing. So Mayer in the center. Baumgardner on the outsides. Mayer coming forwards. Tries to throw a straight right, but a counter comes in by Baumgardner. Baumgardner going to the body. 45 seconds left in round number 5. Nice jab. Great jab again. She's just shoving that jab in the face of Baumgardner. And then we go back into the center. Jab again there by Mayer. Baumgardner standing her ground in the center. I'd like to see Baumgardner trying to take the fight to Mayer again. She did that in the early stages. She was getting a lot of success. It sort of feels like Mayer is jabbing and successfully keeping Baumgardner on the outside. I'd love to see Baumgardner slipping some of these jabs, getting onto the inside, digging into the body, getting into the pocket. She's just really struggling to do that, though, and I think that's another Mayer round. As you said, the pendulum on this one has definitely swung. Right now, 3-2 to Mayer for me. Hot start for Baumgardner, but it's just jabs. It's just really tidy stuff, as we said. Maybe nothing spectacular, but really tidy stuff. Super happy, said Boya. Both got matched eventually. On Mayer for round 3. Got another 10 for Shields, round 6. Wild punts. Well, we're going into round 6 right now in our co-main event. Big shout out to everyone that's joining us. I know this is maybe something a little bit different. We do boxing, but obviously female boxing is still something that's growing. We did Katie Taylor against Amanda Serrano. Loved it. Maybe my favorite fight of the year. Would absolutely here for Marshall and Shields. That's coming up. But right now we've got our co-main event of Mayer and Baumgardner. Right, we've got a couple of jabs coming in here by Mayer. Again, just throwing out some great jabs, giving Baumgardner something to really think about. Going down to the body, jabbing to the face as well. Mayer just sticking that hand repeatedly in the face, in the body, just driving Baumgardner back. She's constantly either getting hit or in retreat. She's trying to throw counters, but just cannot find a way. Right now, she's up against the ropes. There's big body shots coming in by Mayer. And the referee comes in, separates them apart. Separates them apart. Big clubbing blow to the side of the body there by Mayer. Yeah, we're seeing Baumgardner trying to find a way through, but as she gets in, she grabs a hold of her. Referee's going to come in, separate them apart. I feel like Baumgardner's kind of losing her smile. She had a smile earlier where things were just clicking and flowing, and it was all going her way. I'm not saying she's getting frustrated, but I think she realizes that the fight is not with her at the moment. Viewers' scorecard at the moment have got it pretty similar to ourselves. I said that Baumgardner won the first round. The viewers went 10-10. Second round was Baumgardner, but every round since then has been given to Mayer, and the viewers of Sky Sports saying the exact same thing. The scorecard just showing on screen. End of the round. That feels like another big round for Mayer. We might be getting to the point now. Not quite, but we are not far away from... Actually, yeah, I think we are getting to the point where Baumgardner might start to need a finish. Certainly if people didn't give her that first round, then it would mean that she's only won one round so far. So think we are in the territory of Baumgardner potentially needing a finish. We don't know how the judges are scoring it. LJ said, Betfair, I forgot how much higher the stoppage odds were on Mayer than Baumgardner. Retribution says 3-2 Mayer. I've got Baumgardner in 6 and 8, says LJ. Well, we're going into round number 7 now. Round number 7, Baumgardner comes into the center. And Mayer, the momentum is very much with her. As we said, this is only a 10-round fight, and the rounds are only 2-minute rounds. Jabs coming in and straight down the center there by Baumgardner. This is better by Baumgardner. She's come out. She's managed to get some early success. She's trying to capitalize on it. She managed to get some shots straight down the middle. She had Mayer up against the ropes. Baumgardner backing up a little bit. Mayer standing the ground in the center. Jab coming in down the middle. Lovely shot into the body there by Mayer. Yeah, Baumgardner did come out looking a bit more assertive here. Oh, that's some lovely right hands by Baumgardner. That's a great shot down the middle. Oh, catches her with a left as well. This is good. This is really good. Baumgardner looking good in this round. Mayer having to try and find an answer. Baumgardner showing that she is not going to go easily. There's some real damage on the face of Mayer, a bit of blood. She got caught with some big shots. Nice hook shot there by Mayer. Could we see the momentum in this fight start to shift again? 25 seconds left. Couple of jabs coming in. There's been some big moments. Lovely shot again there by Baumgardner. Got around about 15 seconds to go. Yeah, I mean, Mayer is eating these shots. She's coping with them all right, but she's going to lose this round. It's going to be a Baumgardner round. Couple of jabs. Baumgardner manages to get underneath them. She might have just got her smile back a little bit there, Baumgardner. Nicola Adams said that she's got Mayer ahead at the moment. I've got Mayer ahead, but it's very close again, you know. I've got it 4-3. At the moment. 4-2 to Mayer, said Retribution. I've been doing the viewer scorecard through the Sky Sports app, said Retribution. It looks good. Looks good. Right, so if you are just joining us at the moment, I've got it 4-3. Mayer beating Baumgardner. Some of these rounds are close, but I think pretty much everyone seems to be in agreement that it is Mayer that is winning this fight. But that last round was with Baumgardner, so let's see how this round goes. Mayer edging forwards. We're not seeing the hot start from Baumgardner that she got at the start of the 7th. Baumgardner circling around on the outside. Couple of jabs coming in here by Mayer. Again, we just saw Baumgardner just tease in a little uppercut shot there. Just tease in a little dig, but didn't actually throw anything. Gave Mayer something to think about, though. Mayer coming forward, getting a few jabs off, but Baumgardner getting out of the way. Couple of jabs coming back here by Baumgardner. Nice right to the body. Keeping her hands up. Over by the ropes. Some lovely hook shots. And she's really trying to unload. She got an opening and she tried to exploit it again, Baumgardner. Yeah, really digging into the body there. Lovely work so far by Baumgardner. Baumgardner coming in there in a clinch again. Looks like they're making it a little bit scrappy. Referee just having a word with Baumgardner about grabbing a hold of the head. Baumgardner, good footwork on the outside. Good movement.
Oh, some big clubbing blows. She's so effective when she can get on the inside. Lovely hook shot there by Baumgardner. Maya not getting everything her own way anymore. Damage on the head of Maya. Hard round to score this. Hard round to score. Baumgardner standing in the center. We're not seeing the domination, the control that we saw from Maya in the previous rounds. It's tricky. Let me know how you are seeing it. Baumgardner thinks she took that round. Baumgardner thinks she took that round. There was definitely some big shots in there from her. They're just talking to Shields backstage. I reckon it might be 4-4 after 8. I think it might be 4-4 after 8. That first round is really close. That last round is really close. I feel like the majority of people will have Maya probably up by 1, maybe. But, yeah, 4-4. Hello, Gordon. Shout out to you. You need to remove the poll by closing so it goes to the top as it blocks the chats. I'll get rid of the poll by the time we get to the next fight, yeah. Right, here we go. Right, we've got Maya standing her ground in the center. Baumgardner on the outside. Baumgardner looking to throw a little dig into the body. She walks away, tries to throw out a straight left. We got Maya edging forwards here. Bouncing around as Baumgardner comes in. That's a lovely left hand. Right hand into the body. Again, just jabbing away. Few jabs coming back by Maya. Maya again. Oh, that's good by Maya. That's good by Maya. That was a lovely left straight. Such a gripping fight, this one. There's only 4 minutes left. Less than that now. Just over 3 minutes left. This is better by Maya. Maya jabbing. And again, shot coming back by Baumgardner. Hook shot just misses. Overhand, little dig to the body as well. This is better by Maya. 50-odd seconds to go. Jab coming back by Baumgardner, but couldn't quite land it. She tries to get back into a rhythm. She just had some real success, but this feels like it's going to be a Maya round with 40-odd seconds to go. Baumgardner standing in the center, hands looking a little bit heavy. Both fighters looking a little bit more tired than they were at the start, which is understandable. There's been a lot of output here. They're really exchanging. Again, we've got Baumgardner bouncing around on the outsides. Maya edging forwards. Oh, some shots coming into the body there by Baumgardner. A couple of jabs coming in there by Maya. Nice little dig to the body there by Baumgardner. Trying to come forward. Hook shot coming in. End of the round. I think that's a Maya round. Close, man. Really, really close. They're just in the locker rooms of Savannah Marshall. Now, we just saw and heard from Shields. Savannah Marshall said time is flying. She can't wait to get in there. I've got it 5-4 to Maya in this co-main. 5-4 Maya at the end of round 9. I agree. I agree. Okay, so they are just talking to Savannah Marshall. That fight coming up next. Days, it's Gordon's son. Aries, my company, AWE, wants to know who would win out of Acclaimed and Maximum Male Models. Oh, the Acclaimed all day long. All day long. Right, here we go then. Round number 10. Round number 10 of our co-main event. A wonderful fight this has been. Really, really entertaining stuff. I feel like this is going to be Maya. I feel like Maya is... she's up by 1. We're seeing Baumgardner on the outside. She's trying to find a way of getting in so that she can do some damage. Tries to come into the body. But using the reach advantage at the moment. Good work. Couple of left-hand jabs coming in. Doubling up her jabs, actually, Maya. Couple of jabs coming in. And again, another shot. She follows it in. Nice little uppercuts coming back by Baumgardner. Oh, lovely shot to the body there by Maya. Oh, that's nice. Nice little digs to the body by Baumgardner, though. These two really still going at it. She is, when she gets in close, she does do a lot of damage, Baumgardner. But I think Maya has done a really good job of just keeping her at bay. She has threatened. She has landed. It feels like this is going to be a victory on points for Maya, I feel. Oh, another little dig to the body there by Baumgardner. This is another little close round, though. "12 seconds left in the round. Couple of jabs coming in there by Baumgardner. Little digs into the body, into the clinch. Missed overhand gets in. Overhands. End of the round. Maya, round easy, said Josie, yeah. LJ said, Baumgardner, I think this is 5-5. I've got this as a draw, said Retribution. I think that last round is really close. Is really close. I think the winner of the fight should be Maya. So I'll give it Maya that last round. I do agree that last round is close, and I totally understand why you would give it to Baumgardner. But I think the winner of the fight, I think over the fight, the better fighter, the fighter that controlled it more, I believe was Maya. But honestly, this could be a draw. This could be a draw. Really, really fun fight. Really fun fight. Let me know how you scored it, what you saw. I've got it. I've gone 6-4 with Maya, but that last round was really close. I could totally understand 5-5. I really could. I really could understand it being a draw. Yeah, they're saying that ringside have got it very, very close. Decision time, said Hayden. Okay, so we got Baumgardner in one corner. We got Maya over in the other. We're just seeing Shields. He's wearing the white and red stripes on her shorts, blue waist, and the stars and stripes on her gloves. She's looking very, very Apollo Creed. So Shields is going to be coming out very, very soon. We're just done with our co-main. There's Savannah Marshall. They show Savannah Marshall on screen. A great reaction from the O2 crowd when she's shown. Man, that fight is going to be fire. That fight is going to be fire. If this goes to Maya, I think Baumgardner might pull an AJ. Jose said, I'll be surprised if they tie it. I think it's close. Viewers have got it 98-94. So the viewers have got it 98-94. Let's have a look. Here we go. Just waiting for the decision of the co-main. After 10 full championship rounds, we go to the scorecards. 97-93 Maya. 96. 95. Baumgardner. It's going to be split. 96, 95. 1 round. Who gets it? It goes to Baumgardner. Wow. Wow. Baumgardner gets it. 2 judges gave her the fight by 1 round. Yeah, look, Michaela can't believe it. Michaela jumps out the ring. Michaela is not happy with that decision at all. Alicia Baumgardner. I had Michaela winning it. I would not think that a draw was out of the question. I totally could see it being a draw. I struggle to see Baumgardner getting the win there. I struggle to see that being a Baumgardner win. The only thing I can think is every round that we were close on, they just went Baumgardner. How'd you feel about that? How'd you feel about that? Is that a robbery? Is it fair? Is that how it should have gone? Oh. Hard to say a robbery when we sit here and say it was a really close fight, and it really was. And as I said, I had Michaela winning, but if it was 5-5 and it was a draw, totally could have seen. But I think if it's a draw because we're being fair to Baumgardner and we're giving her the benefit of the doubt in certain rounds. I don't know how she wins that fight, to be honest. Baumgardner won. Said LI 1190. Maya won that fight. Kingdom Conscious says, go Bam. It was right, said LJ. I'm not happy with that. Are they booing? There were boos in the crowd, yes. Commentators had Michaela. Ringside scorecards. The viewers watching had Michaela. I had Michaela. Don't know. There's definitely people out there that think that Baumgardner won it, though. So, certainly not the biggest robbery I've seen. UFC 280 is scheduled to finish at 11 p.m. It's crazy, isn't it? Ernest on Purpose said it was a robbery, it was assault, and it was battery. Just like how they robbed Amanda, who is Alicia's manager, Eddie Hearn is Connor, Ben's, and Taylor's. We all know his shady ASF. Retribution said, I thought it was a draw, but never a Baumgardner win, to be honest. Hard. I think there's a few boos. Baumgardner said, I just want to thank my lords. People are booing her. For all you haters, I told you that I would do that. Yeah, there's a real mixed reaction to her. They're saying, did you think you did enough? And she says, I did. I was the harder puncher. I digged deep. She says she's not going to give her a rematch. Thank you to the UK. London, we did it, says Baumgardner. I feel a bit sorry for her because that is the absolute pinnacle of her career. Like, I mean, that's a massive, massive moment. She's just unified that division, and like she's getting booed. She's like having to, in her post-fight interview, try and respond to some of the boos that are coming from the crowd, talking about haters and things like this. Like, I feel sorry that like that moment is kind of, don't know, feel a bit bad for her. It's such a shame that like with other sports, where it like is a score and like you've won 1-0, 2-0, something like that, you can celebrate and you've achieved it. Here, yeah, people, because of the judging thing, are a bit Nicola Adams said she thought Mayer won. Fraser Clark thought Mayer won. Hey, look, let's leave it. It's done. Everyone was booing through her speech loud, said LJ. I told y'all haters. Are you doing Cambosis Haney too, said Manny. We're not, well, we are and we're not. My main focus is Wilder against Hellenius, which I know might not seem as big, but I think is potentially more exciting because I think Deontay Wilder is a big name in the world of boxing. He's obviously in the heavyweight division. There's a lot of great fights out there for him. You can do him against Joe Joyce. You can do him against Anthony Joshua. You can do him against Usyk. You can do him against Daniel Dubois. Like, there's a lot of really fun fights for Deontay Wilder, and I'm really pleased he's back. So what I'm hoping for is a big showing from him tonight that's going to set up some juicy fights in the future. The thing with Haney and Cambosis, I think that's a cakewalk for Haney. We watched the first one, and we will watch it, but the whole stream will be Wilder Hellenius, because I just think that Devin Haney is just such a fantastic fighter. It's honestly a pleasure just to watch him perform, but he's not the most exciting fighter in the world. He's just so technically gifted, very quick, beautiful jab, great ring IQ, great control. He just dominated that first fight. I thought he was very, very impressive. I actually watched it back, rewatched it. It was fantastic. So yeah, I am interested in it, but the Wilder one I think has probably got more potential to entertain. But we will be watching both. We've just got a little video package on Claressa Shields right now. Someone uploaded a thing on a boxing Reddit the other day, which was an AI that took scores, and it was pretty much accurate to the point. They will use that at some point in the future, but it is a long time though. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Why haven't we got that? Some kind of camera system that can score and measure shots that actually land and do it that way. That's way better than 3 people sitting at ringside. Always puts on a show, doesn't she, Claressa Shields? Little dance routine. Kingdom said could be a good payday for the rematch. It doesn't seem like Baumgardner wants that rematch. They just asked about it and she's like, no, I'm moving on to other things. Claressa Shields said, I would love for Beyonce to dance me out to the ring one day. I'm going to be the Beyonce of boxing, said Claressa Shields. So there we go. Little piece for Black History Month. Not trying to have a rematch between Baumgardner and Mayer would be a travesty, said Retribution. Dubois was a savage, said LJ. Who would win a barbed wire death match? Jericho, LA Knight, or Marseille? Gotta think. It depends who's booking. If Jericho's got any say, then he's going to put himself over, isn't he? So go Jericho. Vinderbin said, "Are you doing a UFC stream?" Sadly, not. Unfortunately, sadly not, because it's going to all collide with the boxing. It's a really, really big boxing night tonight. We've got Savannah Marshall, Claressa Shields coming up. They are coming up next. Obviously, we're just waiting for the pundits to have their say and everything and get that all done. We have just had a fantastic co-main event. Really enjoyed the co-main event. But yeah, we've got Marshall Shields coming up next, our main event of the evening. We've had over 700 votes. Keep your votes coming in as to who you think is going to be victorious. I can tell you right now, 52% of you think that it's going to be Shields. 42% of you think that it's going to be Marshall. 6% of you think it'll be a draw. I'm leaning towards Shields on points. I don't think she can knock out Marshall. She doesn't really knock people out. She's got 2 knockouts out of 12. So I don't think she's going to knock her out. But I think that she's the better boxer. And I think that she could outpoint her. As we said, though, we are in the UK. You do have to factor that in. Marshall has got power as well. And if she can land clean, consistently, get through with her shots, then there is a chance that she could put Shields down. Hard to see that happening, though. Shields is a very special fighter. I mean, not only does she do boxing, obviously she stepped into the MMA world. She's even talking of going back to the MMA world. So, yeah, big fight. So, yeah, we keep your votes coming in. As soon as we get the ring walks, we'll get rid of the poll so we can get a bigger chat. Put in your thoughts as to which way you think it's going to go. Pullet said, first round knockout, Marshall to win. Can I say something? Who would win this? Acclaim Maximum Male Models versus Hit Row and Swerve. It would be... I'll go Swerve in Our Glory and Hit Row. I'll go with those. I think they're better. I think Maximum Male Models is the letdown there. My bet is for Shields to win on points. So you know what I'm predicting. Yeah, I'm feeling that way as well. I mean, obviously we don't know, but we'll have to see how it goes. I've got a feeling Marshall might just knock her out, said King Chris. Wow. I tell you what, if she does that, fair play. I am sat here in the UK. I would love for Marshall to be able to get it done. I've got nothing but respect for both fighters, and we will call it straight down the middle. However it actually is going, like, I will tell you how I'm seeing it. But, yeah, I just don't know. I don't know that Marshall's going to be able to do that. I really don't. Everyone leave the stream, said Mark. Mark's trying to... There's a channel streaming it. No, that's not true. And if there is, they're getting pulled down, Mark. Come on. Come on, Mark. Shields will beat the European. 100% if Marshall knocks her out. Then fair play, as I'm British too. Tim said, football. No, we don't do it now, unfortunately. We focus on wrestling, boxing, UFC. We got UFC next weekend. We're back later tonight with Wilder against Hellenius. So as soon as we're done with this, I'll put that stream up ready to go. That one is a few hours away, though. But we will be doing that. And as I said, very much looking forward to that. And we will be watching Kambosis Haney as well. And then next weekend, we've got UFC 280. Who wins at UFC 280? Who wins at UFC 280? Great looking cards. What do you mean, the main event or Oliveira against Makhachev is the main event, and I'm leaning towards Oliveira. Sterling against TJ Dillashaw, I think that'll be Sterling. Jan against O'Malley, I think it'll be Jan. I still can't get my head around what happened with Jan and Sterling, the rematch. Jan just seemed to be in full control of the first fight. Just, I don't know what happened. And then, like, the rematch, he got schooled. So, yeah, I don't know. I should imagine Jan was quite confused as well. But I feel like he is a better fighter than O'Malley. I think O'Malley is a great showman, but I think Jan's the real deal. Jan, it's Jan or Sterling that should be champions in that bantamweight division. And obviously Sterling proved he is the rightful champion. So I'm sure we'll get Jan and Sterling again at some point. But I think Jan gets past O'Malley. I think Sterling will get past Dillashaw. But that's a good fight. And I think Oliveira gets past Islam Makhachev. That's close, but we know what we're getting from Oliveira. We've seen Oliveira beat some very impressive fighters. Islam's a little unproven, so he can definitely do it. But I feel like I've got to go with the proven fighter, and that is Charles Dubronx Oliveira. Okay, who is going to win then? So we are getting to the point where we're seeing Marshall making her way to the entranceway. She's going to be making her way out. Come on, Savannah said, boy, gaming. I can't stand Shields' personality, said Jason. Okay, we're about to get the entrances for this one. Oh, nice. I like to move it. Oh. Okay. London, are you ready? Time for our main event. We're about to get to the ring walks, as we said. Let's get rid of the poll so that we can see a bit more of the chat. 50% of you exactly think Shields. 43% have gone with Marshall. 5% have gone with a draw. That's nearly 800 votes. That's a really good sample size. So it seems like the vast majority of you are with Shields on this one. Retribution said, I love Shields' personality. She's a great character and she's funny as well. Kingdom Conscious thinks Charles Oliveira is going to finish Islam Makhachev inside 3 rounds. Okay. Marshall being introduced. This is your main event. The crown. An inaugural, undisputed middleweight champion. Wow. Accompanied by a 1st Battalion Liverpool Regiment, Yorkshire Regiment, was it? Savannah Marshall is coming out first. One of the best female fighters in the world. One of the most powerful female fighters in the world. And we've got the Union flag on the entranceway. Got the drums playing. They haven't been mic'd very well. It's hard to hear them over the crowds. Savannah on screen. Right, we've got some smoke shooting up as we're still waiting to see Savannah Marshall step out. It's an electric atmosphere, though. It's a great atmosphere. We've got smoke shooting up. We've got military drummers. Crowd are very, very vocal. Pumped for this one. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams. Sweet Dreams by the Eurythmics. We've got Savannah Marshall steps out, big smile on her face. Making her way down, and a big roar in the O2 Arena. It's going to be home field advantage for Savannah Marshall. Days, thanks for streaming this. I think this will be an awesome fight, said John. Good luck to both ladies. I think Marshall will knock her out. I agree. Look, we've got Marshall stepping inside the ring. I agree it's going to be a great fight. I'll be stunned if she knocks her out. She can do it. She's going to have to fight the fight of her life. But she has been in there with Claressa Shields before, of course, and she did beat her. It is worth noting that was 10 years ago, but even so, she has got power. That is undeniable. That is undeniable. She has managed to knock out 10 of her 12 professional opponents that she's faced. Here's Claressa Shields. Shields in stars and stripes. She's got the stars and stripes on her gloves. She's got the stripes on her shorts. Screams Apollo Creed. Taking her away. Look, she's got quite the entourage behind her as well. She's got a couple of dancers. There's people carrying all of her belts. She feels like a big superstar because she is a big superstar as she starts making her way towards the entranceway. The GOAT, the greatest woman boxer of all time. Absolutely incredible resume. 50-0 since she last lost. Two-time Olympic gold medalist, undisputed champion at 2 different weight classes. She's got a solid chin. She's faced incredible level of competition. Former champions, and she's got past them all. She has got great balance. She's got great combos. She's got fast hands. Very technical boxer. Very skilled boxer. Marshall inside the ring, waiting for Claressa Shields. Marshall just trying to stay warm. Of course, not as bad as if they were in a stadium. I'd imagine it's fairly warm inside the O2 right now. Shields getting her introduction. To be honest, I thought Shields won the amateur fight. I think Savannah will make an awesome ambassador for women's boxing, said John. Who would win Solo versus LA Knights? Depends on the story, doesn't it? Right, we're seeing some great video footage of some of the highlights of Shields' career. There she is. She's already stepped out. The champ is here. Okay, so the quote. Great scene. It's a great scene. Claressa Shields standing. She's got a couple of dancers behind. Oh, we've got a dance routine by the champ. The champ giving us a full-on dance routine on the entranceway. I mean, she might want to conserve that energy. I'm not sure, but either way, there's a lovely arrogance to this. Okay, so Claressa Shields making her way down now. She is a showwoman. She is built for the big stage. There's certain fighters that grow the bigger the spotlight. That is Claressa Shields. The more people watch her, the bigger the spotlight, the bigger her performance. She's making her way down, and just such an impressive entrance from her. Step in inside the ring. It's not the longest ring walk. Both fighters are in there. They almost knock into each other as Shields does a lap of the ring. She doesn't even acknowledge that Marshall is in there. Almost knocks into her as she goes around. She was not deviating from the path that she was on. But they are just showing a quick little replay of the dance routine. What's the atmosphere like, said John. It's great. Great atmosphere. Shields has gone over to the red corner. She just walked completely past Savannah Marshall. National anthem time. Big fight feel to this. Big fight feel. The Shields entrance gave me Adesanya vibes. It was epic, said Retribution. She would be loving this walk-in, said LJ. It was great. It was great. Right, we've got God Save the King being sung, which is still strange. So, yeah, okay. God Save the King being sung. We're going to get Star Spangled Banner in a second as well. Then, of course, we'll get to the intros. We're very close to the start of this one. Should be underway within the next 5 minutes or so. I wish... Away the lasses. Are you doing the Haney watch-along? We're doing Wilder against Hellenius. It really depends if Haney and Kambosos is going to collide with that. I don't think it will. So the only problem is it might collide with the Caleb Plant co-main, which is also a tasty fight. We're going to try and do what we can, basically. But I think my priority tonight is going to be Wilder. I love the fact he's back. And as I said, I think he's such an exciting heavyweight. But yeah, we are definitely keeping an eye on Haney and Kambosos. I plan on having it on both devices. That's God Save the King done then. And now we got Star Spangled Banner. The Elizabethan era belt for this fight looks epic, says Retribution. King Conscious said she needs to be careful that she's not going to Roy Jones us here. I hope she stays focused. If you want to do UFC, put it on Days Clips. Well, I can't, can I? Because I can't do both at the same time, unfortunately. Aaron said, how can I earn money betting? Anyone gonna send a life-saving tip? Oh, I don't. No one knows quite how this is going, to be honest. I'm leaning to Shields on points, but I'm certainly not feeling brilliant about it. There's plenty of people thinking that Marshall's going to get a knockout here. Star Stangled Savannah, said Sam. What do you think of Bron Breaker's comments on Roman retiring with the belts? I didn't see them. Retribution said, I love the American anthem, even though I am British. Yeah, it's cool. It's a decent anthem. I would love it if we had Sweet Caroline, though. We were talking about that earlier, and I think that's the right way forwards. I think we should adopt Sweet Caroline. Claressa against decision. Yeah, get in your final thoughts. Put them in the chat right now, which way you think it's going to go. Are the crowd singing something different throughout this? Well, they've had a few beers, and they're kind of observing it, but by and large, I would say 90-odd% of the crowd were respectful, but there probably were. I could hear murmurings throughout it, yes. Either way, national anthems are done. 10 2-minute rounds await. As we said, we're going to call it down the line. If I expect Shields is going to win rounds, I think she's the better fighter. But can Marshall connect? Can she find Some of those big power shots. Can she land? Can she cause problems? You should start doing UFC reviews as well as the watch-alongs and then put them on the Days Clips channel, says Gordon. Put the house on a Marshall knockout, said John. Okay. Just going through timekeepers, just going through supervisors. Just seeing a wide shot of the O2. I don't know if it's a sold-out O2. Sounds like it is. Is that his catchphrase, is it? Raise your drinks high and get wild? Okay, Savannah Marshall, 31 years old, 12 fights, 12 wins, 10 knockouts. It's a very impressive record, but the level of competition is not the highest. She is the WBO champion. We need to bring back lighters at concerts instead of phone torches, says Wes. Ben said Shields will have the final White Rabbit reveal after she wins. Larry said, you choose what you want to read. Truly, you're not British. You choose what you want to read. Gordon, what do you mean? Me. You're not British. I don't even understand that. Gordon said, how would you feel if you were in AEW? What would your ring name be? I don't feel like this is the moment for that conversation, Gordon. Claressa Shields, 27 years old, 12 fights, 12 wins, 2 knockouts. Marshall ain't a Geordie. She is a monkey hanger, says Radioactive Burn. Jason said Bray's return was epic. Kingdom Conscious said, I'm rooting for Shields, but an upset is super possible. I agree. I think Shields is coming in as the slight favourite. They were at one point a pick'em, but I think the odds did move, and that is it for the intros. The time for talking is done. Both fighters coming in to get their final last words from the referee. Touch gloves, and we are about to get underway. Big roar from the crowds. Big roar from the O2. London is ready. Marshall is ready. Shields was born ready. One of the biggest fights is underway. Marshall comes straight into the center. She comes forwards. Shields back against the ropes, but Marshall not putting on as much. Coming forward with a couple of jabs. Big chants by the crowds. Jab coming in there by Marshall. Shields going back over to the corner. Yeah, there's big chants going on for Marshall at the moment. Shields back over by the corner. We've had 40-odd seconds. A couple of shots coming back here by Shields. No one really establishing themselves at the moment, but some lovely shots coming in by Shields. A flurry here by Shields. Marshall having to cover up. Marshall having to weather a storm. Oh, that's a good flurry for Shields. It's a good flurry for Shields. Shields just managing to get some shots in on the body. Hook shots to the head. Marshall coming forward. She's got Shields back in the corner. Marshall had a bit of an opening. Jabs. 30-odd seconds go. Good head movement there by Shields. Nice work by Marshall as well. Back on the front foot, but this feels like a Shields round. Again, backing up. Shields back in the corner. A couple of little digs to the body there by Marshall. Great start. Fireworks. Shields looking really sharp here. She's letting the hands go as well. Some lovely stuff. Lovely strikes there by Marshall. Oof. I feel like that's a Shields round, man. Feel like that's a Shields round. There was a real flurry in there where she had Marshall in a whole world of trouble. Marshall was having to cover up as there was like shots coming into the body, these big hooks coming in. We're just seeing a replay of them. I mean, Marshall's having to try and use her head movement, trying to evade. She was in full-on defense mode, though. Make no mistake about that. Full-on defense mode. Shields showing like she's so comfortable already in the fight. Not much in the way of feeling out process there. 1-0 Shields, yep. Just asking Marshall, how do you feel? Yeah, Peter Fury being nice and calm. Good person to have in the corner. Marshall comes out, takes that center ground again, trying to use her head movement. Look at Shields, though, going straight into the body. Couple of jabs coming in here by Marshall. So impressive by Shields. Yeah, Shields looking really good. Really crisp. Oh, nice 1-2 there by Marshall, though. Nice 1-2. That got the crowd's attention. And I tell you what, if Marshall can just make Shields taste some of that power that she possesses, because I think she does possess some real power. Again, she's peppering Shields. Again, digging into the body. Nice head movement there by Marshall. Great start to the second round here by Shields. 1-0 Shields so far. Quite close here. Both fighters having moments. Nice shots coming into the body there by Shields. Couple of jabs coming in by Shields as well. And again, few strikes coming in. Little dig to the body there by Marshall. You can see Marshall red on the face, red on the shoulders. Marshall, good head movement again, slipping underneath the shots. Coming forward. Oh, nice little uppercut there by Shields. Quite close in the center. Little dig into the body there by Shields. Lovely stuff here by Marshall. Both of these women are unloading. Good head movement. Lovely hook shot there by Marshall. Few strikes coming in by Marshall, but Shields is throwing as well. It's a real barn burner of a fight, this one. Really good. They're both just throwing at each other. Oof. There's about 10 seconds left in the round. It's hard to see both fighters making it through, to be honest. Gotta say, though, I feel like that might be another Shields round. Drama intensified. Yeah, I feel like it's another Shields round. I do think, though, that we saw some nice moments in there. There was some nice moments in there from Marshall. She definitely got the crowd fired up at a couple of points, but I just think the tidier work throughout the full 2 minutes was Shields. Shields round, said Hayden. Lee said Marshall will catch her. Jay said, are you doing Cambosis? We're going to do Wilder, and we will be keeping an eye on Cambosis. 1-1, said British Soundboard Pranks. 2-0 Shields, said Jose. Yeah, just showing some replays there. Lovely little dig into the body. That little uppercut was beautiful by Shields. Right, round number 3. Marshall straight back out into the center. Marshall is the one that's putting the pressure on Shields. Shields backed up against the ropes. Couple of jabs coming in here by Marshall. I think she definitely did get through with a couple of shots, Marshall. Shields back against the ropes. Again, overhand just misses. Again, nice duck underneath. She grabs a hold of her over by the ropes. Referee separate him. Marshall is the one that's got Shields back in the corner. Oh, goes to the body. Philly shell defense by Shields. This is good by Marshall. Good by Marshall. She managed to get Shields back in the corner. Would like to have seen more output there by Marshall, though. She had Shields in the corner. She managed to get a couple of shots off, but we didn't see the hand speed, the flurry that I was looking for. She didn't turn the intensity up. Couple of shots coming back here by Shields. Nice strike coming in there by Marshall. Jab out by Marshall as well. Shields trying to respond. It's a real war, man. It's a real war. Marshall getting clipped with a couple of shots there. She drives Shields back against the ropes. Marshall throwing out some jabs. Straight down the middle. Trying to go to the body again. The output's just not there. It's just a little bit slow. Little dig to the body by Shields. Yeah, the speed and the accuracy of Shields is so impressive. The volume seems to be with Shields. Hard round to score this one. Marshall definitely having some moments. Definitely having some moments. Little dig to the body there by Shields. Both flurrying away. Tricky. Tricky. That one feels close. That one feels close. Get in your thoughts. Yeah. Yeah, there was some nice stuff in that round by Marshall. 3-0, 2-1. I think it's 3-0 or 2-1 at the moment. Uh, 3-0, 2-1, banger after banger after banger. It's brilliant. Such a great fight. We were hoping for something like this, and it is absolutely delivering. Marshall is right back on her feet. She is ready to go, you know. Marshall back out into the center. Oh, quick hands. Quick hands by Shields. Straight down the middle. Shields is trying to get an advantage early here. Get some stuff in the bank. She comes out, gets a flurry of strikes down. Marshall having to try and avoid those strikes. Marshall's got to find some big shots, man. She's not going to out-volume Shields, so she's got to really cause pain. She's got Shields back in the corner. Marshall trying to get some hook shots through, trying to find a way through, looking for a little uppercut. Shots to the body. Nice little hook shot to the side of the head there by Marshall. Uppercut comes in. Good work this by Marshall. Good work by Marshall, but there was a good open to this round by Shields. At the moment, they're saying that last round 10-10. Yeah, I thought that last round was really close. So do the viewers. So far, people have gone 10-9 Shields, 10-9 Shields, 10-10. This round feels another close round at the moment as well. Little uppercut there. Shots coming back, though, by Shields. That was a nice moment. Marshall is trying to drive Shields back in the corner again. She gets her back in the corner quite often, but then she doesn't capitalize on it. Oh, so frustrating. So frustrating. She drives her back. Savannah is getting some success here. She's got Marshall. Marshall unloading into the clinch. 20-odd seconds to go. Little dig to the body there by Shields. Shot coming in again. It's a bit scrappy. Beautiful body shot there by Shields, though. What a fight this is, man. What a wonderful fight. What a wonderful fight. These two exchanging blows back and forth straight down the middle there by Marshall. God damn, man. These last two rounds have been so close. First two rounds are Shields. Last two rounds have been really close. I think the concerning thing is that Marshall is landing and Shields just isn't taking a backward step. She is not taking a backward step at all. 2-2 said Jose. Shields has got it. Retribution's got it 4-0 Shields. I think it's close. I mean, I've got to. I think it's close. I think Shields has got the faster hands. I think she's more accurate, but she is getting backed into the corners. And Marshall is landing. Shields, I think, has landed more, though. It's close. It's close. I'll give that last one to Shields. I'm 3-1 after 4. Savannah Marshall coming forwards. Nice throwing out that. Her jab's so interesting because it's like down by her side. She's got Shields back in the corner. She's unloading on Shields. Good place, but Shields is responding with some shots of her own. She's trying to throw in some counters, but Marshall just cannot find that kill shot. It's scrappy. She's driven her back again. She's got her up against the ropes. But she cannot find that killer uppercut. That clean hook shot. Look at Shields landed some big body shots. That's a lovely right hand there by Shields. That is lovely. Lovely cross shot. These two wailing away. It's being turned into a bit of a brawl. It's being made scrappy. Marshall looking really good at the start of this round, but Shields growing into it. To their corners, and another hard round to score, man. I think these last 3 rounds have been really hard to score. Both getting moments in the fight. Get in your thoughts right now. Which way do you think that it's went? Which way do you think this is going? I think the last 3 rounds have been really, really close. I think you've got to give Marshall something out of these 3 rounds, but is it 4-1? Is it 3-2? Uh, 3-2, I think, said LJ. 5-0, said Retribution. I feel like Marshall has got something out of these. I feel like she's got something. Round 6. Couple of shots coming in by Marshall, looking good. Claressa Shields, though, coming back with shots of her own. Lovely head movement here by Marshall. Shields up against the ropes. Again, Marshall using her size to drive Shields back. But Shields steps out, comes into the center. Hook shots coming in. Shields, some lovely strikes there by Shields. Uppercut just misses by Marshall. Shields on the back foot. Marshall coming forwards. Yep. Shields getting backed up again. She gets backed up really easily. Some shots coming in here by Marshall. She's got to find the big shot. She's got to give Shields something to think about. They're clinched up at the moment. Marshall putting her weight onto Shields. Shields over by the ropes. Back in the corner. Good head movement there by Marshall. Little uppercuts coming in by Marshall. Shields driving Marshall back. Referee coming in, separating these two. Scrappy, man. It's really scrappy. It's so close as well. Those early rounds that Shields won, we haven't been seeing rounds as dominant as that from her. Look at Marshall in the center, letting her hands go. Shields on the outsides. Again, getting backed over by the ropes. Digs to the body there by Marshall. Good evasive work, though, by Shields. Shields knows that she's in a fight. She's trying to respond with some big overhands. Marshall is eating some shots here. God damn, this fight. This fight is just absolute fire. This fight is stunning. This fight is stunning. It is delivering and more. Oh. Nicola Adams has got it 4-2 to Shields at the moment. 4-2 to Shields. British Soundboard's got it 3-3. I've got it 4-2 as well at the moment. Narajan, shout out to you, my friends. The backing up to a corner could be a factor to the judges, especially if they don't know boxing like that. They might be more influenced by the aggression of Marshall. She's not doing anything with it. She's not doing anything with it, though. I mean, she is landing. She is getting the better of those moments, but leading up to those moments, Shields is landing. Yeah. She is still in the fight. Marshall is in this fight. Little dig to the body. Again, Shields back in the corner. The concerning thing is that Marshall has not found that clean shot in these moments. Referee coming in, separating them apart. These two unloading on each other. Nice hook shot there again by Marshall. Shields trying to dig into the body. Good head movement there by Marshall. A couple of jabs coming in. Lovely head work, though, by Shields. Fantastic head work. Look how evasive she is. She's keeping everything really tight, and there's just nowhere for Marshall to go. She just can't find a way through. A couple of jabs coming back here by Shields. Lovely work, though, by Marshall. Ah! She grabs her. She's putting her weight onto the back of her head. Referee comes in, separates them apart. Again, little dig to the body. Little uppercut there by Marshall. You want to see more output, though? You want to see more volume? She's creating these moments and creating these openings. To be honest, you've got to say credit to Shields because she's been in there and been hit and been backed up into the corners repeatedly, and she has been eating whatever Marshall has been throwing. Yeah, the crowd are chanting away, little digs to the body. Now it's Marshall over by the ropes. Head movement by Marshall. Marshall's the one that's backing up a little bit. Good flurry here by Shields. End of the round, man. End of the round. How are you seeing it? How are you scoring it? After 8 rounds, get your thoughts in. After 8 rounds, what are you seeing? I'm gonna say Shields 5-2. I'm gonna say Shields 5-2 at the moment. Very, very dramatic stuff, though. I know that sounds like it's quite wide, but a lot of those rounds are really, really close. I can't stress that enough. A lot of the rounds are really, really close. Right. Okay, we are underway with round number 8. Both into the center. Very scrappy. Little dig into the body there by Shields. Shields has got Marshall back. Marshall reverses, gets away from the ropes. Again, very scrappy. They're in quite close. Shields doing some great work in the pocket. Yeah, that was a good uppercut there by Marshall. Swing and a miss there by Shields. Yeah, that's the commentators saying that Marshall has got to find something that really hurts Shields. Got to find something that really makes her think. Nice jab there, though, by Marshall. That got through. And again, into a clinch. Referee coming in, separating these two women. Tough fight this for both women. They've had to give absolutely everything here. Been really good. It's been a real war. Referee constantly separating them. They're constantly clinching up. Oh, lovely strike there by Shields. Lovely strike by Shields. She's trying to find some room to actually operate. She's getting backed up against the ropes. Smile on the face of Shields. I think she's welcoming this from Marshall. She's been in that position quite a bit. She reverses it. Marshall's the one that's up against the ropes. Marshall coming forwards. Shields and Marshall in the center. Oh, jab coming in there by Marshall. Great evasive work here. Trying to get some shots through, but lovely head movement. Oof. Who wants it more? The hands are feeling quite heavy for Marshall now. That's the end of that round. I feel like that was a Shields round and the hands look heavy for Marshall. She's done in there. Fight just like that for the rest of the fight, they're saying to her. Just looking there, Marshall at the end of that round had Shields up against the ropes. There definitely seemed like some openings. A hook shot to the right of the face looked like it was there. A left to the body looked like it was there as well. She did go for some shots, but they were laboured. Marshall's shots at the end of that round looked laboured. I don't know that she's carrying the power. Dig deep. Dig deep. Let her have it. 2 rounds to go. 2 rounds to go. So many close rounds here. Marshall coming forwards. Nice little uppercut there by Savannah Marshall, but 1-2 straight down the middle by Shields. Oh, big body shot there by Marshall. Shields up against the ropes. Marshall trying to let the hands go, but she couldn't capitalize. That seemed like a nice moment, though, for Marshall. Now it's Marshall that's over by the ropes. They clinch up. Referee coming in, separating them apart. The viewers have got it 78-76. 78-76 right now. So the viewers have got Shields up by 2. Commentators are saying that Savannah feels like she's a couple behind. This is good, though. This is good by Savannah. This is good by Savannah. 50-odd seconds to go. The crowds. Oh, back in. Shields up against the ropes. Oh, and again, great by Marshall. 1-2 down the middle. Shot to the body. She is having a good round. Oh, overhand there. And again, but just falls short by Shields. Jab falls short. Marshall has tasted some success. In this round, we got 12 seconds to go. This feels like it's a Marshall round to me. Digging into the body. Again, she's got to back up against the ropes. Marshall's got to land something. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I've got it 6-3. It could be 5-4. Bonkers has got it 5-4. Wes has got it 7-1. Retribution has got it 8-1. Wow, it seems like everyone's kind of scoring this different, but I think that shows how close these rounds are. I think it shows how close a lot of these rounds are. What does it mean that this is in the UK? If it goes to the judges and these rounds are close, are the judges leaning Savannah Marshall? We've got to be honest in saying this happens. It does happen. Oh, man, what a fight. What a fight. Here we go, then. Marshall come in into the center. Shields is back against the ropes again. Shields is winning this on my scorecards. Marshall coming forwards. Driving Shields back against the ropes. Referee coming in, trying to separate both women. Oh, lovely! Beautiful shots here by Marshall. Big strikes coming in on Shields. Shields weathering that storm. Yeah, really good work there by Marshall, but Shields has kept it close, scrappy. Referee not separating them. They're still fighting in the pocket at the moment, right in the center of the ring. An amazing fight so far. Absolutely incredible scenes. We've got Marshall coming forward. Little digs to the body. Shields over by the ropes. Yeah, she's been getting some shots through, though. That's a lovely right hand by Shields. Lovely right hand by Shields. Claressa Shields looking good. But Marshall not going away. Yeah, she is. Both fighters still going at it. It's been a fantastic war. It's been a fantastic fight. We've got 20-odd seconds to go. Feels like it's going to go to a decision. It feels like it's going to be Claressa Shields. But some of these rounds are close. Digging in, uppercut there by Marshall. Oh, look at them. Wailing away as we approach the final 10. Cut by Marshall to finish. Both put their arms in the air. It's a fight that exceeds expectation. Shields believes that she got it done. I think that Shields has got it done. Could be 7-3, could be 6-4. I think Shields is going to get it. There's a lot of close rounds, and I think for Savannah Marshall to win, she's going to have to be given pretty much all them close rounds. Put in a hell of a performance, though. Marshall, she did not look outclassed. Oh. What a fight. What a fight. Banger after banger. Shields wins, said Bricks. Marshall had some incredible rounds. I hope Marshall won, said Aaron. Fazell said 7-3 Shields. Bailey has got it 5-5. I've got it a draw, said Manny. Listen, do you know what? I ain't going to argue with any result here. If Marshall gets it, then I think it's a bit questionable. I think she would have to have won all of the close rounds. The viewers on Sky Sports have got Shields by 1. So the viewers watching here in the UK have given Shields the win by 1 round. The women's fights are too short. It's going to be the GWOAT who was pressuring. It was Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall was the one that was driving Shields back. I mean, it was just constantly Shields going back against the ropes, but Marshall was not really capitalizing on those moments, and she was having to take some big, big shots as she was getting Shields into those positions. JLNC said, hands down, best live fight stream. Thanks, Days. Can't wait for the next week's UFC event. JLNC. Shout out to you, my friends. Really, really appreciate the support, and a big thank you for joining us, and a big thank you to everyone that joined us. We are just waiting for the result to come in. Still don't know quite which way this one has gone. Feels like it's going to be Shields. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Judges' scorecards. Here we go. No. 96, 94. Going to be unanimous. 97. 93. It's unanimous. It's unanimous. Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields has won on points. The GWOAT has done it. The GWOAT has done it. So 96-94, 97-93, 97-93. Shields wins. Shields beats Marshall, and she deserves that victory. She deserves that victory. Hard-fought victory. She is the undisputed middleweight champion. It was an absolutely incredible fight. She said, that was definitely a hard fight. Thank you. Just trying to hear what she said to Marshall. Shields said, that was definitely a hard fight. Thank you. Shields rightfully getting the win. So 96-94, 97-93, 97-93. Incredible hand speed. Even though she was getting backed up at times, a lot of times, she wasn't being overwhelmed. Like, Marshall just couldn't find the kill shots. She couldn't find a way of getting those big, powerful shots through. She was landing stuff, and I must admit, at no point did Shields necessarily look in much discomfort or like she was about to be put away. So, you know, the Marshall knockout never quite showed itself. Shields on points. Retribution said, I told you, sheer domination. There's levels to this game, said Retribution. Straw Hat said, props to Shields. Would have hated for a bias Marshall draw. Boxing should be an odd number of rounds. Yeah, that's true, actually. That's a good point. What did Peter say in the corner? I didn't hear, to be honest, what he said. Cartel Moss, shout out to you. The Gwoats, they are skills. There are levels to this thing, said Tifo. Jose said Shields was on the ropes getting outpointed. What domination is that? Shields wins 7-3. By the way, my bet won. Yes, well done, dudes. Well done. Who landed more? Who threw more? Well, we don't see those numbers, but I've got to think that Shields, with her hand speed, was getting more through. It feels like she was getting backed up, but as she was getting backed up into the corner and over by the ropes, that's where I wanted to see Marshall really land in something big, something of significance. And she just couldn't seem to find it. She really struggled to find like a big, powerful opening. And we've actually got the Gwoat in tears right now. The Gwoat, very emotional. This is big for her, though. This is big. 113. They're saying take your time. She said, I just want to thank God because I've been working for a very long time. I couldn't see out of my right eye through 6 to 10 because she does hit hard. Well, that's nice. That's classy by Shields, acknowledging that Marshall possesses that power. Shields said, there's been so many greats in women's boxing before us, but here we are. It's an amazing fight. Is she going back to MMA? I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Rayo, shout out to you, my friends. Shout out to you. Shields is a good fighter until she opens her mouth, says Lee. She's a tough competitor. But I'm the better fighter, says Shields. I'm 2-0 against her because I never felt like I should have lost the first. So Shields said, I don't know if she wants to retire, but if that's what she wants to do, then do it. But she's got a lot left to be sure. If she hit me to the body, I hit her to the body. I did the most work today. Shields, yeah, so they're saying, I think you've won some fans over here. She said, the guy interviewing her says, you might get some booze, but I think you have won some fans over. I tell you what, it's a real pleasure seeing Claressa Shields on these shores because an incredible fighter. And the fact that we're able to have such fights here in the UK is a real blessing. Even Shields said she won every round. I gave her every round except the first, said Retribution. Edward, shout out to you. Shields is better than Savannah, says Oliver. Savannah says, thank you everyone that bought a ticket. Thank you for all the support. Was she better than you thought she was? She's a great fighter, but not as fast as I thought she was. She's earned the title, the greatest woman of all time, though. Some real respect shown from Savannah. Yeah, really great. Really great. Right, and we are done. We're going to be back with Fury and... We're going to be back with Fury. We're going to be back with Wilder and Hellenius. So we will be back with that. The main card for UFC is starting in half an hour, isn't it? So we haven't missed the main card of UFC. I don't know if it's worth doing that or not, to be honest. I don't know. We might start that Wilder fight a little earlier and then try and catch the end of that UFC card. Maybe we'll look to do that. But either way, we're going to be back with Wilder and Hellenius. And there's every chance we do start a little bit earlier to try and catch some of those later UFC fights so that we can hit the back end of that and then go straight into Wilder Hellenius and keep an eye on Kambosos against Devin Haney as well. So plenty still to come tonight. So a big thank you. Really appreciate the support. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining us. And hopefully I will see you again in a bit as we return for Wilder against Hellenius. Bye for now.